In this video, I started out with $0, a truck, and this abandoned gold mine. And now I have the challenge of making it profitable and hopefully not going broke. Will I be able to do it? Stay tuned to find out. And if you guys enjoy content like this and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe and dropping a like helps too. Anyway, let's go find some gold. Well, boys, the mining season has officially started. I got $0 in my bank account, my truck, and of course, my trusty old mini bike, and we are just rolling up on the mine I spent my entire savings on, literally all my money, on the hope that there's gold in them there hills. Now, I've talked to some local gold miners around here, and they said that this claim should have gold on it. However, this place was abandoned, I don't even know how many years ago now, and that tells me that there's possibly not gold on this property. But I guess that's what we're here to find out. So there's not much here. We do have a pretty decent chunk of land. Looks like there's a sluice box that's seen some better days here. We've got our cabin. This actually isn't looking in too bad shape here. Now, let me just find my key. Yep, there we go. All right, not too bad. I guess this is where I'm gonna be living from now on. Oh, look at that. We even get a free gold pan with the place. And this is some of the equipment they left behind. So I'm gonna be honest, not a whole lot to work with here. Looks like we got an old Cat D70. Who knows if this thing's even gonna run. And it looks like we got a really old Volvo BM. Okay, so I don't have much experience in gold mining here, but what I do know is put ground into wash plant, ground washes out of wash plant, and hopefully there's some gold in there. That's about the extent of my knowledge. Anyways, this is an old cut that got flooded out. There's still some broken up ground here that's not frozen in permafrost here. So this is what we're gonna have to try and make work for now until we can at least get something that could rip some permafrost up. And I'm pretty sure this dozer, yeah, this dozer just has a winch. It doesn't even have a big ripper on the back, so we can't even go and rip up ground if we want to. But first order of business is to get this loader running so we can hopefully get some dirt in our sluice box and make money. It's a good thing I'm a certified forklift operator, because that definitely also makes me a certified heavy-duty mechanic, 'cause that's how that works. I mean, I got the service rig. That should count for something. Okay, so I've had a look over the machine here. We should be able to start it. I hope. I got my ether here. Kind of supposed to spray it in while starting it. I can't really do that. I'm going to try give it a little spritz up here and then hop in the cab quick. Try start it. I just tossed the new battery in, so we'll see what we can do. I don't think I'm close enough. Hold on. Yep, here we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Yep. Right in there. Perfect. All right, I'm in. Try start it. Nope. Close, but not quite. Okay, a couple more sprays. Try again. Oh, you're so close. Yes. Stay running. We got it going. Okay, we've got 3/4 of a tank of diesel to work with here. I've got a small little slip tank on my truck full of diesel, so we might be able to go for a little bit longer than that. But I'm guessing we should get a move on it here. Does the loader lift up? It does. Okay, into gear. We're moving. Man, these old pieces of equipment, give them a little TLC and they're good to go. All right, small problem. We do have a hydraulic leak. That's to be expected. Although I got no money to fix this right now, so we're just going to have to see what we can do and hope we don't run out of hydraulic fluid. Okay, so I don't have a rock truck at the moment here, so literally the best course of action for me is to just drive right into this flooded cut here and just scoop up what I can. All right, that's a full bucket right there. Oh, hopefully this loader can actually back in and out of here somewhat. All right, now our sluice box looks good here. I think it should be able to run some gold. We'll give it a shot. All right, first bucket of pay dirt. Going in. Well, I hope this is pay dirt, because if it's not, it might be a little bit screwed. I just realized we're running really old diesel in this loader here. Hopefully it's going to be okay. We're just going to go on the assumption that it is. Now, eventually I'm going to try to get that dozer running, but it looks in way worse shape than this loader, so that's a project for later, I'm guessing. I could tell just by looking at it, it was going to need some serious work and parts, so maybe once we get some money. And actually, first order of business, once I get that running, is to make an actual road going up from this flooded out cut, because it is just way too steep, and it's probably not healthy for this loader to be backing up that. This thing's barely running as it is. But gold prices are really good right now, so I'm optimistic. So after spending the next couple hours getting pay dirt loaded into the sluice, it was now full and I had to wait for the rest of the material to run through. And that's when I came up with an ingenious plan. While we were waiting, I figured the best thing to do with my time was stockpile the pay dirt. If we were gonna have to wait, we'd probably be doing something a little more productive. However, with the stockpile getting bigger, it was clear I was going to have to do something more efficient. You see, each time I went down this hill, went all the way down to the pay dirt, scooped a bucket full, and went all the way back up to the stockpile or the wash plant, we were wasting quite a bit of time and travel. The next logical move was, of course, a rock truck. However, they were not cheap. we're talking $150,000 plus. So either I was going to have to find a cheaper option or become a more successful gold miner, which was yet to be decided. And with diesel fuel now running low, I was really hoping there was going to be just a little bit of gold in all this ground, because if there wasn't, I was pretty dang screwed. Okay, so here's the deal. We got the sluice running good. It's still pretty full of material, so we can let it run for a while without having to worry about it. However, the loader is nearly out of diesel. Now, I have a little bit more diesel in my truck that I can fill this up with, but then I'm out. I'm done. I got nothing left. And it takes a lot of diesel going all the way down to the pit there, all the way down to the cut, and bringing dirt all the way back up here. So it's a good thing I got a stockpile. We're just going to try run this for now, because it doesn't burn as much diesel fuel, putting that into the sluice. But in the meantime, I'm going to go in the cabin there, grab the gold pan, and see if we can find some signs of gold at least. Okay, so I just did a pan from here where we're kind of taken from at the moment. There's a couple specks. It's not looking too bad from what I can see, but we're going to try up there a little more. We're going to try a couple more over here. Okay, so up here, there's not a whole lot of material, but it is looking pretty dang good. A lot better than over there. Let's go try over this way. All right, yep. Pan over here is definitely telling me that we should be mining over here, not over there. Actually got a little decent flake out of that pan there, so we'll try go over there. There's definitely gold in this ground. It's not great, but it's something. So I think we're going to try start making our way over this way as opposed to going out that way or that way more. This right here is where the gold's at. Well, boys, it's the next morning here, still at $0, of course. Anyway, I let the wash plant run here, went super late into the night, and it's officially out. I'm gonna have to fill that back up, but we do have 2 pallets of concentrate here. And I'm pretty dang excited, because look how much gold is in that concentrate. I'm thinking we might have struck it rich here. Okay, how does one with no pallet forks attempt to load up concentrate? Also, I think one of the boxes isn't completely full here. Okay, I got one in the bucket here. If I can just get it up here without smashing my truck bed. Slide, please. I don't know if it's gonna go. There we go. Got it. Okay, now I just gotta do the same with the other one without wrecking my bed. Okay, so we're all loaded up here. Now, what the smart person would do is load back up the sluice and go deal with this gold concentrate here. But I'm really excited to see what's in this, and we need money badly. Now, where we're taking this local gold place out here, now basically these guys, this shop over here, will take your gold concentrate. Oh, if I shut my truck off. Anyways, they'll take your gold concentrate to find stuff out, and then this place right over here, this big other shop, will take that gold dust and turn it into gold bars per se. And they also sell diesel fuel here, which is really nice. We're gonna get this unloaded, and then they're gonna take the concentrate and get all the gold out of it for us. Okay, so it's been a couple hours here. We're finally ready to smelt this into bars. I'm pretty dang excited. So, our gold has been smelted down here. We're just going to back up, get loaded up, and get it sold. Okay, well, they didn't load us the best, but this will work. Look at all them gold bars there. This ought to be some money. Well, at least I hope there's a good amount of money here, because I need diesel, and that costs money, and we ain't got none right now. It's all in the back of our truck ready to get sold. And our grand total payday, after everything was sold, was over $77,000, which may seem like a lot, but again, we're in the Yukon. That doesn't go very far. We got to try work this out. Okay, so I'm looking on the local used equipment website here. They've got this fuel trailer for $4,000. This is an absolute must. We need to get fuel down to the site, and without this, we're a little bit screwed. So I think I'm going to go pick this up. That is $4,000 down the drain. All right, boys, check it out. Fresh off the lot, brand new fuel trailer. So that's secured. We still have $73,000. Now, fuel's expensive up here, so I'm not sure how much this is going to cost to fill. Okay, so to roughly fill this trailer, it has just costed me $11,000. And this probably ain't even going to last me long. Okay, so we now got our diesel tank full. However, there's still something else I'm itching to spend my money on. Now, on my way down here, I ended up talking to a local gold miner, asking him if he had any other equipment, you know, some older stuff that he wouldn't mind getting rid of for a half-decent price. He said, up, I believe, this mountain, there's an old rock truck that he's considering getting rid of. It would probably be just about perfect for our operation. However, he does want $50,000 for it, and it's about the same year as her old loader there. You can imagine how awful it is. But I think we're going to head up there and take a look at it. However, we're not using the truck. We're using the mini bike. Okay, so I got the GPS coordinates here. We're heading up the mountain, and that's his... oh, one of his wash plants. Look at that loader over there. Oh, I wish... okay, we're going a little off-road here. Ah, there it is. Oh, yeah, this... oh, dang. He wants $50,000 for this? Ouch. Well, like I said, equipment is more expensive up in the Yukon. Dang. He said it ran about a year ago. He parked it over winter, but it should be good to fire up, hopefully. I'm hoping the batteries are still good in it, because I didn't bring any equipment up with me, other than my trusty can of ether here, which should hopefully be able to get it going. If it starts, I think I'll have to take it, because I really need something to transport material with, and this is really my only option that I can afford at the moment here. We'll give her a couple little sprays here. There we go. Hop in here. Oh, key's in here. Even better. All right, fire up, you son of a gun. Was blowing a lot of smoke. We're close. Okay, let me see if I can crack that door and spray a little ether in the intake there. A little more ether might do the trick. Oh, you're going. We're moving. Oh, we're good. We're up and rocking. Okay, tires ain't looking too bad. I think this one's a little flat. I have to pump that up a little bit. Ooh, that bed. All right, so this is why I kind of brought the mini bike up here, in case we did get it running. I just toss that sucker in the back and we're good to head down the mountain. All right, deal's done. $50,000 sent in the wire transfer. Moves. Actually, I should have checked if it moved before I officially sent him the money. But we're up and going. Oh, down the mountains this way. I was going the wrong way here. And it's actually decently quick, a lot quicker than the loader. And it's got a fairly decent dump bed on it. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it will work to keep our mind going. It's just going to be a slow trek down. All right, boys, small problem. We've been making our way down the mountain here, and this thing is nearly out of fuel. I am hoping so badly that we can make it back to the mine here, because if I run this thing out of fuel, it's a diesel engine, so we're not screwed, but it's gonna cost us a lot of money to get this thing back up and going, and the mine's right there, and so is my fuel trailer. All right, we're sputtering. This ain't good. This ain't good. I think we're just gonna make her though. Okay, we're back up and running here. We did not, in fact, run the dump truck out of diesel, so we're good to go there. Now, while we did make a lot of money on our first run here, I almost want to say there was still a good amount of gold left over in this thing. And I think when they abandoned this thing, gold prices were horrible, so they literally just left it. But I think we got really lucky with the payday there, but I did pan this stuff. There's not as much gold in here that would account for us getting such a good payday, so I think it was because there was a little bit left in there. So it's going to take us a lot more work to get that much money. But with this new dump truck, it should help out a ton. I should actually get my mini bike out of the back here before we start working. However, I am going to call a mechanic out here to see if they can try get this cat running. And even if it starts, there's so much wear and tear on this poor thing from doing this cut and however many other cuts it did before this. I don't know if it's actually going to run properly again. And then while the mechanic's out here, also I'm going to get him to look at the loader and the Volvo. But for now, I think we're good to give this a test run. We should probably get the sluice up and running again. All right, so I just finished up a little test pan back here, and it's actually looking really good. I'm not sure how many bucketfuls it's going to take to fill this thing. Couple, I'd imagine. All right, well, that's about full. It's about 4 buckets right there. Didn't take us long at all. We'll run this back up to the wash plant there. I shouldn't even be calling that a wash plant. That's just a sluice. And it's taken us about a quarter of the amount of time. This is already working flawlessly. Oh boy, but it does struggle to climb that wall, even with a run up to it. I'm definitely gonna have to get that flattened out once I get the dozer running. We'll just back right up to this, get it unloaded. Well, it looks like the mechanic managed to make his way out here. He's working on the dozer. I hope it's not gonna cost too much to get it running again. Okay, time for another run up. Hopefully the old Volvo can make it. Yep, keep going, keep going. Oh, we really had to go into low gear to get that one. Dang, this is rough. Okay, so 2 things. I got some really, really good news, and I got some really, really bad news. So the good news is we've actually made a decent dent in the cut, and then the bad news is my dozer is going to cost roughly $30,000 to $35,000 to fix. There's some serious problems with it. Some motor problems, some hydraulic problems, some track problems. The problems just go on. So this thing essentially right now is a sitting hunk of junk, just a big hunk of metal. There's nothing I can do with it. Can't even fire it up, can't do nothing with it. However, the loader hydraulic line did get fixed. The mechanic did also look over the dump truck. There's a few little things that got fixed. And remember how I said stuff was expensive out here? Well, yeah, that was just parts and labor. We're down to about $4,000, but I can't complain. We made a lot of progress here. The sluice is still running. We still got material going through that. We got a little bit of a stockpile, enough to keep us going for a couple hours. So not too bad. But yeah, hopefully we can get our dozer running so I can smooth this out. And once we get through this cut, hopefully I can get into the next one. Anyways, I've had an idea here. So instead of us dumping pay dirt right into the sluice box here, I'll get a small conveyor and it'll just go right from the pile right into the sluice box. I'm thinking that'll be a bit easier. Now, considering we only have about $4,000, our options on conveyor belts are a tad bit limited, and I think we might just be able to afford one, and that's it. Anyways, I'm gonna go grab that, see if we can up production. But with that all out of the way, our current goal is to get enough money so we can get that dozer up and running so we can open up a new cut, because we're already kind of running out of pay dirt in the original first cut out here, and yeah, it's gonna be not a very good situation if we run out of pay dirt. We're a little bit screwed after that. So my hope is there's enough gold in that ground to at least give us a little bit of money to work with. Well, I got my conveyor, but I have also dropped about all of my money. I got $180 left, which is yeah, that's about nothing out here in the Yukon. I don't even think that'll fill up the gas tank on my truck. Anyways, we're gonna get this back to the mine, and hopefully it ups production just a little bit. Okay, so I've got my conveyor belt in place here. Now the material's not quite close enough for us to start using it, so I'm gonna get in the loader here, and we're gonna go push that material up just a little bit. And we should just be able to add to that stockpile, and it should just keep the sluice box running as long as we want. Oh, check it out, it's working. I'm gonna have to move this pile up just a little bit so we can actually keep it going. Now, one small problem to this thing is absolutely eating through all of our pay dirt like crazy fast here. We're gonna have to get some more stockpile ASAP. Now, once our sluice box is full of material, it's gonna run a lot slower, but for now, it's probably gonna eat through all of this. Well, that's our stockpile there, and it looks like the conveyor slowed down a bit, so it's probably getting pretty full here. But I'm hoping this should make things a lot easier on us. However, I'd like to get that stockpile just a little bit bigger so we can keep running even through the night here. So we're probably gonna go back out in the cut here, get a couple more dump truck loads, just get that pile up to where we need it to be. Now, in the meantime here, I've been cleaning out the back of the cut, and our initial test pans were really, really good on this place. So I'm thinking we should have no issues pulling gold out of here. Oh boy, up the hill with the Volvo. Oh, it actually made it up pretty easy this time. That hill's usually a challenge. All right, so I've been making some pretty good progress on the cut here. We got, I'd say about half of it out of here now. I got a really, really big pile going over here, and that should probably take a while to get through. But I guess at the rate we're going, might not take long. Well, would you just look at that stockpile? I think that'll hold us over for a little while here. At any rate, I've been pretty much doing this all day now, and we're pretty much good to go to run through the night. So I'm going to keep running this sluice and see how much we got in the morning. All right, boys, this is the next morning here. I got a bunch of concentrate in front of the sluice. I'm just piling up what we got here. I've pretty much had the plant running all night, which has been great. We ran through a crap ton of pay dirt. It's pretty much decimated our pile here. I don't know, we got maybe a couple more hours left before we have to bring this back up again. But since we're basically out of money, I'm gonna go take this in. The concentrate's looking real good, lots of gold in there, and I'm thinking today's gonna be a really good payday. Okay, there's officially two things I need to buy: a set of pallet forks for this thing and some sort of a trailer, because I can't keep doing this if we're gonna have this much concentrate. That took forever to get that on there, but now my truck's just extra tippy. But I guess let's see if we made some money. Ah yes, my favorite spot to be. Well, the guys are gonna get this unloaded, get the gold out, melt it down into bars, and I should have a pretty nice payday. Well, they're a little short-staffed here this morning, so you know what that means. I get to run a forklift. It's a good thing I'm certified, or this could be a disaster. Oh man, that's gonna be a lot of weight on the truck. It's on there though. 3 whole pallets of gold. And if I'm correct, this should be our biggest payday yet. Only our second payday, but there's only so much of a mining season, so everyone counts. Well, you know what? I think I can live with that. Almost $115,000. That's fine by me. Price of gold must be up. I haven't even checked. Well, I guess it's time to do some equipment shopping then. Well, $6,500 later, and this is what I got. A little flatbed trailer to haul the gold with, and then some pallet forks for the wheel loader because we absolutely need them. I also did give the mechanic a call, so he's going to be out fixing the dozer. That's going to drain our account pretty good for about $30,000. All right, so this cut right here, the original cut of the gold mine, we got only about a couple more days left out here. There is not much pay left, and we're going to have to get a move on things if we want to keep the wash plant stocked up. Now, I was looking in the attic of the old house here, and I managed to find some old drill maps. Now, basically what that means, the original people that owned this gold mine here, they hired someone or had a drilling machine that went all through the property here and took test samples. Now, the second best test samples were out here. Pretty good stuff, really gold-rich soil. But the best samples were a little bit over this way, kind of right along here is where it starts, and then it goes quite a bit further over this way, but our property line is also just right around here. So I'm thinking this is going to be the spot for our new cut. But there's one small problem with this. There's a river in between the sluice and the cut. And you're probably saying, well, Austin, there's a bridge right down there. Well, you'd be right. However, this bridge is closed. I guess the wood's too rotten, and it's pretty much done. Eventually, they're going to tear it out, and there's going to be no more bridge here. There's a bridge way the heck down there, but that is way too far to truck material over. And technically speaking, I could just drive down through here, right across there, up through there, and back around to the cut, but that's going to take more time as well. So here's what I'm thinking. We're going to build a bridge right over here that's going to go straight across to the cut, that we can come over down here right to the sluice. Now, the issue is I can't just get a bridge, so I'm gonna have to wait a couple days to get it all ordered and stuff. But for now, we can keep working on the cut we have. Well, it looks like the mechanic's out here working on the dozer. That's gonna be an expensive project, but then we can at least start getting into the new cut. Then hopefully we might be able to get enough money out of this cut to possibly buy a new wash plant. They're upwards of $1 million, but I'm hoping it's going to be worth it because currently we can't even run material as fast as I'd like, and we're going to need bigger equipment to run more material along with a bigger wash plant. So really the thing we need most right now is money. All right, so the mechanic just left here. It cost me 30,000 big ones, but he said the dozer is good to go. I've been stockpiling pay dirt like crazy, and we got a really decent pile going here, so we should be fine for quite a while. I'm just gonna dump this here real quick, and we'll check and see if that dozer actually runs like he said it does. He did have to replace a lot of parts, so that's why it costed so much, but I'm hoping it's good now. Let's give her a try. Oh, it's close. Okay, hold on. Where's my ether at here? There we go. Give it a couple sprays. All right, let's try her again. There we go. We got ourselves a dozer, boys. All right, lift this up. Perfect. And off we go. Look at that. Moving out with the cat. Oh, this is about to help so much. Well, it definitely ain't pretty, but it should do the job. It's also very, very slow going. Let's see if I can make it up this hill here. We should be fine. This thing is not really at max power because it's just so old and the engine is just not loving it, even though it's an old cat, but I think it'll do what we need it to do. All right, so this is probably where we're going to start the cut here. Now, we're going to have to cut down a bunch of trees, so I think I'm going to get to work on that, and then we can start stripping it down. Now, the nice part about this dozer is it does have a winch, so we should be able to winch together a couple trees and just get them out of the way. Timber! We got some good tree cutting going here. I think we're about ready to get the dozer and get some winch action going here so we can drag all these trees out of the way. There we go. Look at that. Easy. Well, I've made some serious progress out here, just moving some trees. I've still got a bunch more to cut down, but we've got a decent space actually opened up here, better than I thought we would. Now, there's a small problem here. So this D70 does not have a ripper, and in order to get through all the permafrost and stuff, since it's pretty early in the year, we're gonna need a ripper. Now, this thing could get off all the overburden and stuff, but once we get down to that, it's down to the permafrost. And this thing, it's not gonna cut it. We've got essentially one option. I need to get myself a bigger dozer with a ripper. Now, dozers are not cheap. They cost a lot of money. Now, my hope is I can keep the sluice running and maybe make enough money to buy one or possibly take out a loan. I don't know yet. But according to the original soil samples, there could be millions under this ground. Enough for us to buy all new equipment and maybe a new claim. Who knows? So I'm going to keep going on this, see how much I can get done with the dozer I have right now. But in the end, I'm gonna have to upgrade or get something different. So as you can see here, we're running out of pay dirt in the original cut, and we've got a good amount stockpiled here, but we're gonna run out pretty soon, so I decided I'd open up a new cut. So we've been going on this now for a little bit. I got all the trees cleaned out, everything's out of here, but we got to strip down a couple feet to get to some decent pay dirt, and since it's pretty early in the year, there's still some permafrost. Now, this dozer I have here at the moment, this D7G, it doesn't have a ripper, and it does not have the power to move the kind of dirt we need to move to get this cut opened up. Anyways, I've been looking at newer dozers, and I found one that is going to work. However, it's right around $1 million, and I currently do not have $1 million. We have one of two options here. We can keep mining and hope we make $1 million before the pay runs out in the cut here, or we can take out a loan against the gold mine for $1 million and hope this new cut pays off. Now, it's going to take us a couple days to get approved for the loan, so I'm going to have to wait regardless, but in the meantime here, we're going to try mine through as much pay dirt as we can and just hope we don't completely run dry on pay dirt before we get this new cut opened up. So things have been going really steady out here in the cut. We have enough pay dirt stockpiled for I think 2 days maybe. At any rate, I've been trying to find some help around here, and it's really hard because there's a lot of big gold mines that are willing to pay a lot more than I will. At any rate, I have a buddy that might be coming out in the next couple weeks that'll hopefully be able to help me get some more gold out of the ground. But until then, I'm on my own. Well, boys, I'm just going to grab my last load of dirt for the night here. We've been running pretty late. We've kept our stockpile up, but we have ran through a lot of dirt today, like a lot. We've almost depleted our corner pile here, so not much longer, and we're going to be completely out of this cut. Well, here we go. Last load of the night. I'm going to get this dumped off. I'm going to keep trying to run the sluice through the night if I can. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pile up material in the morning and definitely do a cleanup. Well, boys, this is the next morning here, and we are running low on material again. I kept the sluice going pretty much all through the night. We got 6 boxes of concentrate here all ready to go in, but first order of business is I have to pile up this material a little bit better, because if we don't, it's not going to go through the conveyor belt. Anyways, in other good news, I got approved for the $1 million loan I need to go buy the dozer so I can open up the new cut. Now, gold prices are up, so I'm kind of curious to see just how much we make on the 6 boxes of concentrate after it's all melted down, and we can figure it out from there. But after this new cut's opened up, we're going to need something better than a sluice. We're going to need a full-blown wash plant. All right, well, we got the pay pile looking a little bit better here. I just got to grab my forks now, and we'll get the trailer hooked up to the truck, and we can get some of that concentrate in and hopefully make some money. All right, now I got to try be careful and not tip over pallets. Lots of money sitting in these. Gotta be real nice and easy with it. Easy, easy, and got it. All right, we're all loaded up, ready to go here. I really should have bought a trailer without sides, because this one is a pain to load with pallet forks, but we got it. So after making it out to the gold cleaners, I got everything unstrapped, unloaded, and sent in. And the first step of the process is fairly simple. The concentrate from the sluice gets the gold flakes and nuggets extracted and gets put into fine gold jars. From there, it gets taken over to the next stage of the process. And that's where the fine gold gets melted down into bars, and that's how we end up with big old pallets of gold, which are the end products that we sell. So after getting all 6 of my gold bar pallets loaded up, I strapped them down, and we were off to get them sold. And with any luck, we'd make some serious cash. And cash, we did make. With everything sold, we brought in a whopping $224,000, which with the money we already had, brought us up to over $300,000. Now, while it wasn't enough to buy a dozer, it was definitely a good start. So after making it back to the gold mine, I made the call and took out a $1 million loan. And just as fast as it came in, it went out, and I had a brand new piece of equipment on the way. Holy smokes, boys, look what's coming down the road. Well, it took a couple hours to get here and cost me $1 million, but this is my brand new D10T. Not the biggest dozer out, but it should do the job. This is now the biggest piece of equipment on my mine here. This is just ridiculous. Look at the size of this thing. Well, let's get it unloaded, I guess. Oh man, this is way too big for my own good here. So there's some upsides and downsides to owning this new piece of equipment. The upside is I can now do just about anything dirt moving wise. The downside is I now have $1 million in debt. Now I have 300,000, but I'm essentially broke at this point. I need to make a lot of money and find myself a lot of gold if I want to pay that debt off. But the very first order of business with this thing is to get it out to the new cut and get it ripping, because we ain't got much pay dirt left here. All right, lower it down and off we go. So we're going to be out here stripping for the next couple days, because we got to get a couple feet down here, get to the pay dirt, and then eventually figure out how to get it out of here. Now, we don't have to pay off the loan to the end of the season here, so we're still good for now. However, I'd still like to get a bigger rock truck out here, an excavator, a loader, a new wash plant, rather than a flipping sluice box. So I'm hoping we can still make enough out of this first cut to keep us going until this one's open. All right, so this is where I'm at here. I got the cut all stripped down. We're still going to be stripping a couple more feet of dirt off here, but we've got most of it cleaned out at the very least. which took forever, but happy it's just about finished. At any rate, the plant's been running here, so I should actually probably go check on that. I'm hoping there's still a good amount of pay dirt there. There should be. Yep, looks like we're still running good. I have managed to find a used rock truck and a used excavator, which might be my best bet currently, but together they're about $500,000, which I don't have at the moment. We're gonna need to get some more money, but I'm thinking with one more good cleanup, we should be able to get that 500K, get ourselves an excavator and rock truck, and then next order of business is, of course, getting the wash plant upgraded, because the sluice box just ain't gonna cut it. We can't run enough material through it, and once this cut is opened up, we're gonna have a lot of material to deal with. So since we've got the new big dozer in the cut there, I thought I'd bring over the older, smaller one here, and it should work just fine for piling up all this material. It'll make things just a little easier than trying to move it with the wheel loader. So I've managed to work in the cut for most of the day. We're coming into late afternoon here, and I took the D10 and got all of the pay dirt in the cut put into one massive pile here. And I gotta say, it works a heck of a lot better than trying to pile that stuff up with the loader. D10 just gets this done in like no time. So that's the last of it, plus what we got for stock out there. And that's actually running a bit low, so we might try haul some before I get back on the cut tonight. This thing has some pretty crazy lights on it. We should be able to work late into the night. The big thing is just keeping that sluice box running so we can keep bringing money in. If that stops, our revenue stops, and then we're screwed. Yep, it's official. I need to get that extra 200K so I can get this bigger rock truck and excavator. It is almost painful trying to haul as much as we've been hauling with this little rock truck and loader. At least we've been able to keep up with the sluice. We can haul material faster than it can run through it, so we can at least build up somewhat of a stockpile while we're working on the different cuts and stuff. But as soon as you quit hauling loads, that lead slips away pretty dang quick. I should mention, the rock truck we're looking at is pretty much equal to 10 of these little rock trucks, which would make hauling pay a lot easier. Also, I was going to make a better road down to this cut here, but since we're just about done... Oh, speaking of which, we just about didn't make it up that. Anyways, since we're just about done this cut and we'll be building a bridge over to the other cut, I don't really think it needs to be done. It's just wasting more diesel. And speaking of diesel, I actually need to go and grab some. We're running a bit low, but that's going to be expensive. Our little red tanker there is just about out. Well, it's probably going to be my last load of the night here. My fuel trailer's out, and my loader is pretty much out of diesel here, so I got to wait till the morning, go get fuel. The D10 is still pretty much full of fuel, so we'll be good to run for the night on that. But yep, this is going to be about it for stockpiling pay dirt, and that should about do it. And it looks like we got to push up some pay dirt again here. It's not like I hate pushing up pay dirt. It's just a very mild inconvenience. Almost like I need a better conveyor or something. I don't know. But we make it work. I'm pretty sure I've got a leak on one of my tires. This front right tire on this loader here is slowly going down. I've had to pump it up a few times. And I looked, and a new tire for this is going to cost me big time. But I think if I could just make it a couple more days without having to get a tire, I'll be able to get that new excavator, and then we won't really need this loader a whole bunch here and there to load up concentrate. But other than that, I don't think we'll need it much, and we should be able to get away without having to replace the tire. Also, I am going to have to replace my loader at some point, but that's not in the budget just yet. Let's see if the old mini bike can make it over to the cut. Water's a little bit tall, but oh, rocks are screwing me up here. Yep, there we go. Popped a little wheelie there. Optimal way to get around a mine site. Best thing ever. Well, I'm going to get back to ripping up the ground here so we can take this down a couple more feet and hopefully call it good. I just hope I can make it a good way in this thing before having to fuel it up, because I don't have the fuel for that at the moment. So I just had an error code come up here on the screen. We're having an issue with the hydraulics, and I need to raise and lower this ripper here. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not a certified mechanic, so I think I'm going to have to quit for the night because I don't want to break anything. I'm going to have to wait for the mechanic in the morning. That's not ideal. Anyways, in the meantime, I have been working on the new big cut here, and I have made some considerable progress. This D10 just ripped through this crazy amount of dirt in just a couple of days, so we got all the overburden piled up here on the sides, and then this is all pay dirt here, ready to go into a plant. However, there's quite a few things we got to start doing before we run this pay, because we got a big pile of pay over here in the old cut, and we've still got to build a bridge. So the first order of business is going to be getting that mountain of pay out of the old cut, getting it up here into the stockpile, and then we can start going over to the other side and getting that out of there. Now, a couple days ago, I ordered a bridge 4 over here, and it should be getting delivered today along with a rental of a crane so we can put it in here. I'm gonna have to clear some trees out, but for now, I think we're gonna get some more hay stockpiled because we're running out here real quick, and I want to keep that sluice box running. Now, last episode, I did mention that we have an opportunity to buy a excavator and a newer rock truck for about $500,000. Now, we don't have that money at the moment, but I'm hoping with the cleanup here at the end of the week, we should break that amount. We've already got 3 boxes of concentrate, so as long as we keep the sluice running, we should be good. Well, first load of pay for the day. Many more to go. Also, I did pretty much run out of fuel yesterday, but that $11,000 we spent initially to get fuel, we actually had a little bit of credit left at the fuel station, so I filled up what I could, but eventually, again, that's going to run out today, and we're going to have to grab some more. And not to mention, now that we've stripped out that cut, my D10 is basically out of fuel, and that thing pretty much takes 1 entire load of fuel just to fill itself there, so we might have to go get a couple loads. So I just got the call that the bridge and the crane is on its way here. I've made another sizable dent in this big old pay pile here, and we've got quite the stockpile going at the plant, or the sluice, I guess, so I'm pretty happy with that. However, before the bridge gets here, we got to clean out some of these trees so we can actually maneuver it in there. All right, so this tree for sure is going to have to come down. Timber! Oh, we could have just built a bridge like that. Could have built our own bridge. Saved myself a lot of money. Nah, it's fine. And then I'm thinking this tree and this tree as well. Timber. Perfect. I'll grab my dozer and we'll get him out of the way. Hey, boys, look what I got. I got myself a crane. The bridge should be here shortly. Anyways, we got all the trees we needed to cleared out, and we should be good to hopefully get this bridge in here. That's the hope anyway. Once the bridge is here, I'm most likely going to have to do some dirt moving here with the dozer just to get this all flattened out a little more and maybe so the bridge can sit a little better, but for now we're good. I'm just waiting for it to get here, and it looks like we got another pallet of concentrate. This is pretty sweet. Holy smokes, boys, it's here. My bridge. It looks so dang good. All right, let's get this thing unstrapped. We'll get the crane unfolded and hopefully just plop it right on in there. I have a feeling it's not going to be that easy, but we got to give it a try, right? All right, everything's hooked up. Just trying to move it ever so easily. Oh boy, that hook point isn't too great, but we'll make it work. Okay, I'm definitely no experienced crane operator here, so we're going to try swing this thing around probably the wrong way, but we're going to make it work. I mean, this bridge isn't terribly heavy. It still ain't light, though. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Set it down, set it down, set it down. Don't want to tip this thing. It's a rental. Okay, now I just got to try swing this sucker in place here. All right, we're getting close. Maybe extend it out a little bit more here. How we look on each side here? I think that's about good. Yeah, it looks good on both sides here. And I think it's in. I don't know. Is it sturdy? I think it might be sturdy. Now, there's this metal support kind of welded in here. We're not going to take it out for a couple days, just in case we decide we want to reposition it, but I think it's good here. I think I might take a rock truck and just drive across it. We should be able to get across this thing. I just got to now fold up my crane here. If I can remember the controls, we'll get it eventually. All right, let's hope it's solid. First try of the new bridge. Oh, yeah. I think we're good. That's easy. We don't even need to bring up any dirt or nothing. First bridge in and we're over to the other cut. Well, in honor of the new bridge, I think we're going to call this new cut the bridge cut. I think it only makes sense. Oh, except I might not be able to get back up here. Nope, we're good. But yeah, I think we're going to call this new cut the bridge cut. I mean, that seems fair. Yeah, this actually works pretty sweet. I'm very happy with it. And then we just take the rock trucks right across the bridge there, right over to the plant. And I'm stuck on a stump. I'm going to have to get rid of that with the dozer most likely, but I can't believe we got that in so fast. That is perfect. Well, just got everybody paid here. $50,000 that was for the bridge and the crane, except I don't get to keep the crane, which is kind of unfortunate, but I literally, other than this, I'll have no other use for a bridge. I'm not sure if the bridge would be able to hold like a D11. Maybe it might be able to. Maybe the D10 might be able to hold it. I'm not sure. We're not going to test our luck with it just yet. I think we're fine just taking rock trucks across for now. Anyways, we'll get the crane loaded back up here and we can get taken back to the rental place and we can get back to getting that mega pile out in the cut up to the stockpile. So after this cut's done, we are pretty much ready to go on the bridge cut. However, there's 2 things I definitely want to do. Number 1, I want to get some bigger equipment in, which hopefully we'll be able to do with this massive cleanup. And number 2, I definitely want to get an actual wash plant in here. However, that is going to be upwards of $1 million to $2 million by the time we get it out here, get it set up, get the stuff to run it. So let me know down in the comments, after I get this big equipment, should I keep mining with the sluice box in the new cut, or should I take out another loan? Keep in mind, we already have a loan out for $1 million on the D10. that I take out another loan for however much the wash plant's going to be and get the new wash plant in here. I'm not too sure yet. We'll see how everything goes. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to call this my last load in the night here. We're basically out of fuel again. However, we've got enough stockpiled to run through the night here, so we're going to keep that sluice running. It is much concentrated as we can for the cleanup tomorrow, and then I'm definitely going to have to go get some fuel. And hopefully with that as well, we'll be able to get some new equipment. Well, it is the next morning here, and I have to pile up some pay big time. Holy smokes. We did run through the night though, and we have 8 boxes of concentrate, which is, I think, a new record for us. We ran through a lot of material. So depending on how much gold we get out of those boxes of concentrate, we could be looking at a lot of money. So here's what I've devised so we can only make one trip into town. We don't have to make multiple. I took the loader and put the flipping fuel trailer on the back of the first gen here. Then I got the other trailer on the back, so we should be able to load up all the concentrate and get fuel at the same time. It should be perfect. I just got to load these all up and we'll get out of here. So after getting all the boxes of concentrate loaded up, we were off to the gold washrooms to see just how much money we could make. However, I had my hopes set a little high at just over 300,000, but I figured with the amount of material we had ran through, it might be possible. So after getting the gold separated and melted down, it was all loaded up and ready to go. However, I couldn't leave without getting fuel, and that was definitely not cheap at just over $10,000. So with my hopes set high at a prediction of just over $300,000, we went to go see how close I was going to be. My predictions were almost spot on. We had made $290,000, bringing us to $540,000, which was enough to get the equipment we needed. So after making it back to camp, I made the call and spent nearly all of our cash yet again. Well, boys, it's been a couple hours here. We've been sluicing, and delivery number 1 is here. My brand new to me Komatsu rock truck. This thing towers over the rest of my equipment. It is just ridiculous. So I just pulled my other rock truck over here for size comparison. Look at that. Look at the difference. Holy smokes, that is just dumb. Anyways, my other delivery is here. However, small problem. It is across the river, and the driver doesn't want to come all the way around to get across because he came the wrong way. We're going to have to get the excavator off of there and walk it across the creek here. I'm not very excited about that, but we'll give it a try. But this thing is a flippin' beast, a Volvo EC750EL. Now this thing is pretty high hours, but for what we paid, we got a smoking deal. I'm gonna try to get this off the trailer here now without flipping it over. All right, we got it. Let's see if we can walk this thing across the creek. I just gotta learn how to run this new thing. I'm trying to figure it out now. Look at the boom reach on this. Okay, easy now. Just gotta take it real easy. Oh, okay, I think we're good. Gotta get ourselves up this here. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And we're up and over. Let's get this thing out into the cut. I can't believe we actually have a full-size excavator out here now. This is going to be flipping awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. So here's what we're doing. I got it walked up on top of the pile here. Not the best situation, but we'll make it work. All right, got ourselves a full bucket here. We'll grab our rock truck and we can start loading this up. Now, this should make this pile go extremely fast. Yeah, we're going to have to upgrade our sluice here very quickly because the sheer size of our equipment now is ridiculous compared to that. That's gonna be one of the first things we're gonna do here ASAP. All right, dump that in there. Go for another bucket. Oh man, this makes things so easy now. I think 3 scoops should about do it. Yep, that's full. And this rock truck can just climb right over that hill, opposed to the old one that can barely make it up there. This is like 10 of those smaller trucks. Look at the amount of material we can bring to the plant in just one flipping load. However, turning radius is something that's not going to be fun. We've had this mine so far set up for smaller equipment, but once we get a bigger wash plant in here, it's going to make things so dang easy. So our main goal right now is to get rid of this flipping sluice box and actually get a somewhat decent wash plant in here, because right now we can't run nearly enough material through this, and it's kind of getting ridiculous. So we're hopefully going to get this cut finished out and then move on to the big old cut over here, which we have so much pay dirt ready to go. But before we get to any of that, I got to push up some pay dirt here because we're starting to get a little bit far away from the conveyor. The good old cat should do the trick here. Yep, there we go. That should be good for now. So last episode, we finally decided to upgrade our equipment here. We got ourselves a new rock truck and a new excavator. Now we can move material in like a quarter of the time that we used to be able to, which is really, really nice. Speeds up productivity a ton. Now, we have been getting some seriously good gold out of what's left in this cut here. Now, our other cut here at the moment that we're going to be getting into really, really soon is completely unproven other than our initial tests. So the hope is there's actually some gold in there and we're not going to go completely broke. And I just completely missed the dump truck. That's real nice. All right, first load of the day. At least this truck can actually make it up this hill. The old one had a serious problem doing that. So I've now cranked up this sluice box to the highest capacity it can possibly run so we can get through this big stockpile of pay dirt as fast as possible. However, with this bigger equipment now, it's so easy to keep up with the wash plant. It's not even funny. Also, my poor excavator is really not liking this angle it's starting to sit at here. It might be time for a wheel loader sooner than later. All right, yeah, it's time to get this thing off the pile. It ain't working no more. We don't have a platform anymore here. If I just go in like this, can we just load pay dirt like this? Is that possible? Oh yeah, I'm sure the safety inspector would love this. Okay, it's back to the proper way. So I have concluded that doing this with a wheel loader would be much simpler, but instead I'm putting myself through all sorts of pain to do this with an excavator. For what reason? I don't know, but I can't afford a wheel loader, so until I can, we're sticking to the excavator, I guess. However, I gotta push this stuff up with the dozer because I'm going nuts trying to scoop it all, but it's completely all over the place. There we go, that's better. All right, so it is pretty near the end of the day here. We've been moving through so much material here. We've just about got this pile finally down. I'm gonna see if I can hopefully get it all done tonight. However, we now have an absolute mega stockpile here at the sluice, so it's probably gonna take a little while to run through. I'm gonna try run it all night, see how much we can get done. I'm gonna have to pile some up soon too. And I'll most likely have to make a fuel run so we can keep everything running. Well, I'm going back for the very last load here in the cut. And that's it, that's all. There might be a few more bits and pieces thereafter I can clean up, but this is essentially the last dump truck load, which I'm kind of happy to be finally done this cut. It's been a real pain in the butt. All right, that's it. Last dump truck load. I'm just going to shut the lights off here. This D10 is pretty much a spotlight. I was just thinking, you know, I need some spotlights out here. I can't see crap, but the D10, you know, that does pretty dang good. We just get a couple of those around the mine, and no, we don't even need to buy spotlights at all. We can just buy D10s. At $1 million pop, that seems like a pretty decent ROI. Well, that's good enough for me. I'm calling it for the night. Alrighty, so it is the next day here. I did not realize just how much pay we got stockpiled last night. Like, this is a ridiculous amount. At any rate, it does have to be piled up a little bit, so we're gonna get on that. I gotta clean out the little bit that's left in the cut. Probably just gonna grab the loader for that, and I gotta move all the rest of the equipment over the next cut. So we do have about 7 boxes of concentrate there. That's not gonna be nearly enough for how much I want to get before we go take it in. In fact, I'd like to run through most, if not all, of this pay before we even go for a cleanup, because I would really like to have a new wash plant before we get into the next cut, but we'll see how it goes. Well, it ain't gonna be the nicest pile, but it should do for now. We just gotta keep this sluice all nice and cranked up. So we are running quite low on diesel here at the mine, so I gotta go grab some. I'm starting to think this trailer isn't gonna be good enough to keep up with the amount of equipment we're starting to run, so I may have to upgrade here, especially since the new wash plant that we're hopefully gonna be getting sooner than later is gonna take diesel as well, and that's gonna take a lot of it. The gen sets and water pumps to run those alone probably go through about one of these tanks a day. Well, at 10 grand a pop, it is not cheap to keep everything running, but it's the cost of making money, I suppose. So I've got to bring the D10 and the excavator out of the cut. They need fueling up and a little bit of maintenance. And I got to grab the rest of the pay dirt there. Can't leave any of it behind. We need every dollar we can get. And this might be nicer for pushing up all that pay dirt. You know, I used to think D10s were slow until I bought this thing. Holy smokes, it takes forever to get out of here. Yep, it's special. I definitely need a better loader because this thing is literally dying. Might take me a couple trips to grab the last of this stuff. Here we go. Last bucket out of the cut. So glad to finally be finished that thing. That took way too long. There is a lot of pay dirt in there, but it's good because we've been making lots of money off of it. Pretty gold-rich dirt. So here's the deal. I do not want to run a single bucket load of bridge cut dirt until I have a new wash plant. The sluice, it doesn't collect as much gold as it should. It takes forever to run through any material, and it's just a pain in the butt. I do not care if I have to take out a loan for a new wash plant to get the money to get it in here, but we shouldn't have to do that because I think there's enough gold in this dirt that we'll have more than enough money, if not a little extra, because I need a new loader. I can't stand that one anymore. Well, boys, it's been about 5 days, and in those 5 days, I have managed to run through this entire thing of pay dirt just about. We're in the home stretch. We have right around 37 boxes of concentrate right now. An absolutely ludicrous amount. And we are finally just about finished this. So I'm just going to pile up the rest of this. And then hopefully we're going to start getting all of that concentrate loaded up. And we can make some more money. But it has taken me a whole 5 days to get this all ran through, which is ridiculous in terms of the yards we ran through. But at least we're finally finished, or nearly. I don't think I'm going to be able to get all of that concentrate in on one load. We're probably going to have to take multiple, but we're going to be at the gold washrooms for a while just trying to get all that processed. But hopefully by the end of the day, I have a big check waiting for me. Gold prices are good, so I'm hoping there's gold in them boxes. Well, that's it. I can finally shut this thing down. Now I got to try play Jenga with all these pallets. This ought to be interesting. So the question is this legal? Probably not. The DOT may have something to say about it, but the important part is it's on the truck and trailer. And there's a lot here. So I think in total here we have around 27 pallets. We've still got some more over here. If we need more money, we can come get them. But I'm hoping this should be good. Now, I have managed to find a wash plant, so if we end up getting enough money out of this, I can get it ordered and we can have it brought down here today. So I'm probably going to be out here all day trying to get all this smelted down. So we're going to have to wait a while to see how much money we can make. It has taken nearly all day here, but we got a trailer full of gold and a truck full of gold. And there is a lot here. These pallets are a little bit different shape, so we had to stack them a little bit different than we did before, but look at all that gold. I got my wash plant guy on speed dial, so if we make enough money here, we're going to get ourselves a new one. I'm starting to think here we might make enough money that I can actually get a bigger trailer, because I'm definitely going to need it if we keep having cleanups like this. So I'm shooting for $1 million here. We'll see what we can get. And pretty much right on the dot, $1 million. That is our first $1 million in the bank. We also have $1 million in debt right now. However, that debt can wait a bit longer. I got a wash plant to go buy. All right, so we're back here at the claim, and I got to make some space for the new wash plant here. So first things first, this sluice has to go. This conveyor belt has to go. We'll put it somewhere else for safekeeping because we really won't need it unless, you know, the main wash plant goes down. So we'll get this stuff moved out of the way quick. Prep for the wash plant here is going pretty good. I got some of the older equipment moved out of the way since we're not really going to need it. And I've just got to move some of these concentrate pallets out of here because we're going to have to cut that tree down too. Timber. Here she goes. All right, I'd say we're pretty well set up here for this new plant. I'm going to take the dozer and get just a little bit of the ground flattened out. Make sure we have a nice pad for this all ready to go. And hopefully we can get running. I'm just waiting on my delivery guy. I was just doing some stuff in my cabin here, and I think I heard some trucks pull up. I think that, oh, it's our new equipment. So I have just spent $1 million on this whole new fleet of equipment. Most of the million, pretty much all of it, went to this new wash plant, which is absolutely massive in comparison to the old sluice. With that, of course, I got myself a conveyor belt, which it's a little more fancier than the old one. Then I picked up this older wheel loader. It's nothing too fancy, but it will be better than what we had running the material back and forth before, so it would make things a little bit easier. But now I gotta get all this off the trailers, get it all set up, and hopefully we can be running. All right, so we're gonna try get this all done with the excavator, or at least get the wash plant off of here. This thing should work, I hope. We'll just grab a chain and try and nudge it off of there. Actually, you know what? We can't. This is not on skids, it's on jacks. So you can level out the wash plant a lot easier on uneven ground. So I'm just going to have to lift it off of there. I don't even know if I have enough lifting power to get this off the trailer. I tell you what, that crane that we put that bridge in with, that would have been real nice right about now. Okay, I think this is about the best spot I can get in here. We'll hook the chains up and we'll pop it off the trailer. And there we go. That's where it's going to sit. So there's still generators and water pumps coming here, but this is the bulk of the equipment. Finally, I was so sick of that flippin' Volvo. This should be a nice change. This thing's pretty dang simple. It's kind of a conveyor belt on tracks. It's pretty much like having a conveyor belt on an excavator, except there's no actual excavator part. So this just goes up like this. Probably gonna have to extend it out just a little bit. Perfect. Look at that. And we just load material into there, and it makes things a lot easier because the only thing that'd be able to reach up that far is the excavator, and I'm gonna need the excavator in the cut loading the rock truck. Then the new loader is for moving out the old tailings. Might have to switch this around. I'm not... yeah, it might have to actually be switched around. Dang. At any rate, later this week, we're going to be giving this thing a paint job because I don't really like how it looks right now. So I think a paint job's in order. but I'm gonna get the rest of this set up. Well, here we are. Wash plant's all set up. It's ready to go. I got water running to it. All I gotta do is fill the gen set up with some diesel, and we should be up and running here pretty shortly. Although I do have to move this conveyor belt up here. So I did also go ahead and take some of this grass out. We're gonna have the pay pile right back here, and then we'll have the loader just bringing up pay to the conveyor belt. So it should be pretty simple and straightforward. There we go. Look at that. Keeps getting better and better. Well, the gen set should be filled up with fuel now. We're pretty close to it. We'll just move this out of the way here. And I think it's about time we try run some pay through this. So that bridge can't quite handle an excavator, so we're just going to have to take it through the old cut over to the bridge cut there. Okay, this should be my spot to start here. Let's go grab a rock truck. Cross the bridge, nice and easy. We'll just back this thing on up here. Get the rock truck loaded on up. I think it's gonna take a couple scoops. There we go. And first load of pay out of the bridge cut. I didn't really think we were gonna be able to get a load of pay through here, but it looks like we might be good to go. There's still a lot of fine tuning to do to the wash plant. I still want to give it a paint job at some point here, but I just like to run a little bit of pay dirt through just to see what it's going to be like. Okay, conveyor belt's fired up, wash plant's fired up. Let's go run some dirt through. Gonna dump this nice and easy through here, and it looks like we're finally starting to run some material through. So now one thing we're gonna have to deal with this new wash plant is tailings. That's not really gonna be too fun, but it should be all right. I just went and picked up some fuel here, and we've been doing some work on the new wash plant, and holy smokes, is it looking pretty dang good now. So we just got to fill up the generator here with some fuel before we can get everything up and running, but we have made a few changes. So the conveyor belt, it won't work for this wash plant. There's issues with the feeder speed, the height of the conveyor, all sorts of little things that it technically could work, but it's just way too much of a pain. So here's what we did. I made this dirt ramp here. It's not the fanciest thing, but it will work. I just grabbed some wood that was laying around, laid in some dirt, compacted it, and it should be good now that we can get the loader up there high enough to actually dump in there. Also, we've given the wash plant a new coat of paint, so it's looking a little bit better, and I think we're pretty much ready to get running. The generator should have diesel now, and I think that is it. So before we get running the plant, I've got to get some material stockpiled over here so we have just like a little bit of consistent stream of pay actually going into the plant. And hopefully by next week, we'll actually have someone in here helping us run this place, because it's going to be tough trying to run it all on my own. All right, first load. Ready to go. The hope is there's some really serious gold in here, because if there's not, I might be just a little bit screwed. I've dumped basically all my money into this whole cut, and if it doesn't pay off, I'm not honestly sure what I'm gonna do. However, all the signs are pointing to this cut doing good, so I got high hopes. Man, going through this cut is rough. Rock truck is not loving it. So I've been hauling for quite a bit now, and we got a little bit of a decent stockpile going here, and I think we got enough to actually start the new wash plant here and hopefully actually get some gold out of this ground if it has any in it. That's the idea anyway. Okay, we're up and running. Let's get some material through here. Now this old case loader here, it's not the fanciest thing in the world, but it will work. I should probably get a bigger material bucket, but for now we'll be okay. I just hope this new ramp works good. Yeah, right on up there. Dump the material in, and everything looks good. I was really hoping to use that conveyor, but it's just not going to work for this, unfortunately, so we're kind of out of luck. Well, I've got a pretty decent amount of material getting run through the wash plant now. It should be stockpiled for a little bit. Oh, I almost flipped the loader. That wouldn't have been good. Anyways, we should be stockpiled for a little bit now. This new wash plant, it runs through so much material though. So I don't know how long we're going to be good for here. It ain't going to be like the old sluice box, but now we got to deal with all these tailings. But it shouldn't be too bad. Well, now that we got everything running good, the wash plant should be good for a little while. It's got enough material and diesel to run. We got to figure out a better way to move all these concentrate pallets. And with running as much material as we're going to be running, we're going to have a lot more. Now, this old loader, it served me well for when I needed it. Now it's pretty much toast, so we got to figure out a way to get these pallets on the trailer a little bit easier. Now, this is going to require taking a trip into town and spending some cash, so this should be fun. Well, $40,000 later, and this is what we got. A little tiny skid steer with a set of pallet forks and a gooseneck trailer. I don't even know how to pronounce the name of that skid steer, and I'm going the complete wrong way. So I figured it was about time that the gold mine needed a little skid steer to load pallets and move other little miscellaneous junk around, and this is the best I could kind of get for the price range we had, considering we have no money at the moment. But the hope is, of course, this new ground is going to have a lot of gold in it, and we're going to make a crap ton of money. So that hopefully at some point we can actually move away from this tiny operation and get something seriously big going. Now, this new gooseneck trailer should allow us to haul triple, or if not more, pallets than the old trailer. I just gotta be very careful with these and try not to dump them. I know for a fact there's a lot of gold in these ones. You just gotta be extra careful. I'm probably also gonna have to top up the wash plant soon. Well, what we used to fit on the old trailer, we have now fit on this new trailer with quarter of the space. So if we keep running material and we manage to actually fill up this entire trailer, I'm willing to bet there'll be a couple million here. But for now, it's gotta get parked because we got more work to do. So I've been hauling a pretty good amount of dirt out here, and this pile that the excavator's sitting on top of is starting to get a little bit small, so we're gonna have to bring the dozer over here and try push up some dirt and hopefully make a better path for the rock truck, because it's starting to spin a little bit. Get the old D10 going here, move her on back to the cut. So I'm thinking if we end up getting another 2 or 3 people out here that can run material back to the wash plant there, I could actually be in the dozer stripping out the new cut that I eventually want to make on the backside of this cut. That is, of course, if the bridge cut does well. If it doesn't do well, we ain't touching back there. Well, this is where we're at here. I got a decent amount piled up and kind of cleaned out just so we can get the rock truck in and out of here a little bit easier. The excavator's out on a bit of a slant, but it should be fine. Anyways, I think the wash plant is nearly out of pay dirt here. Let me just check. Yeah, it needs some pay dirt. And I think after I finish loading it up there, I'm going to check the sluices and see how we're looking. My hope is there's some gold in there. Well, wash plant's all topped up. Let's check it. Oh yeah, it's looking good. I think we might be on track for a pretty good cleanout. Oh yeah, this is working flawlessly. Could have done this a long time ago. So it is nearly the end of the day here. We've been running like non-stop here. We got 6 pallets of concentrate, which is pretty dang good. We're gonna try keep the plant running all through the night. I think we have more than enough stockpiled. However, I've got some tailings to deal with here real quick, so we're gonna try get those loaded up. Although I should probably move the concentrate pallets first. I'll just load the rest of them up when I get a chance, because we're gonna have more in the morning. I could just push those tailings off into the old cut there, but I'd like to pile them up just in case we need them for something at some point. It might be just nice to have. And that's about 1 full rock truck of tailings here. Dang, I'm not even sure where to dump these. Well, they're going on the back side of the cut for now. We've got a little bit of land out here. It doesn't extend too much further, so we're gonna have to watch where we put it all, but this should work okay. Well, it is the next morning here, and we have a massive problem. However, we also have some good news. The good news is we have 12 pallets of concentrate over here. We ran the plant all night, kept it going, ran through a ton of material, cleaned out some more tailings, put them back there. But on to our problem. We are completely out of fuel other than the wash plant and the skid steer and the truck, I guess. But all my big heavy equipment is like out of fuel. I got enough material in the wash plant stocked up to run till about the afternoon, and it's about the same situation for the fuel. Now this fuel trailer just can't keep up. So I'm thinking if this gold cleanup goes good, we'll get a brand new fuel trailer and hopefully a lot bigger, and it can actually handle this volume of equipment plus the wash plant. Now I'm thinking that the 12 pallets of concentrate should just about fill this trailer. I hope. We'll have to see. This new skid steer is pretty slick. It's working amazing. And that is 1 full trailer right there, where we're off by 2 pallets and we would have had this thing pretty much completely loaded. However, I'm gonna call that good. It's time to make some money, and I hopped in the complete wrong vehicle. I don't even know if I can guesstimate how much money is gonna be here. I'm guessing a couple mil. We'll have to see though. So in total, we got 28 pallets. I'm not sure if that's our biggest cleanup yet or not. I'm thinking it is though. Actually, it may even beat our record by 1. And I think if we had this trailer fully loaded, we could get like 30 some on here. But with how we loaded this one, it's definitely a lot safer than how we loaded the original trailer. I think we even tossed some on the flatbed too. But we're gonna head to the gold room, get a cleanup, and hopefully make some serious cash. And after a couple hours worth of gold processing, we had finally gotten our 28 pallets of gold, which, depending on the gold markets, could quite possibly make this our most successful cleanup ever. However, that was yet to be determined. And after an excruciatingly long drive to the new gold place, where we'd hopefully be getting a better price for our gold, I cashed in and, well, we had made a solid $1 million, beating out our original highest gold sale by over $50,000. And with that, I decided it was probably time to go spend some of my profits. And profits I did spend, dropping $11,000 on a new fuel trailer for the mine. Well, new fuel trailer is filled up here, and it costed me about $30,000. However, we now have fuel for at least a couple days out here at the mine, which helps out a lot. Because making fuel runs every single day here is getting pretty dang sucky. Now I got to get everything fueled up here, but I do have a problem as well now. This fuel trailer is way too big to get out into the cut and try to maneuver up to an excavator and all that other stuff, so I may have to just take the smaller fuel trailer and just kind of rip it out there. At any rate, I'm going to get everything fueled up here, and we should be able to keep running. The gold out of here is really, really good, so as long as that keeps up, we should be in the profits. Is this the most economical way to get fuel to my excavator? No, but it is the funnest. Okay, last time I do that took way too long. I'll just figure out a way to do it with the truck. The truck just tends to get stuck a little easier, so I figured, you know, using the dozer might be fun, but no, it's not fun at all. Well, now that everything's fueled up again, we can actually get back to running here. I think I may have like a full day of running now with the stockpile, but if I actually want to keep a stockpile, I got to keep stockpiling it. Because if the rock truck goes down or something like that, I at least want to keep the plant running. Because if the plant's not running, we're not making money. Well, it's a new day back out here at the gold mine. We currently have the wash plant here turned off. It's not running at the moment. We had to shut it off to do some quick maintenance on it, but it should be ready to fire back up this morning. Now, you're probably wondering, why in the heck isn't the excavator in the cut? Well, today is the day it's getting traded in. There's nothing really wrong with the Volvo, but we are switching it up to something a little bit different and a little bit bigger that can hopefully load the trucks a bit quicker and get this cut finished faster. I'd say we are about a quarter of the way through the cut here. We've made a pretty good dent in it here so far. So sooner than later, we're going to have to think about expanding the cut back out that way. That is, of course, if it keeps consistently giving us a good amount of gold. If that tapers off, I might have to start looking for a new mine site. At any rate, we have just over $1 million here at the moment. I did sell off some of the older little equipment that we weren't really using. We had an old trailer, an old conveyor belt and stuff. I just sold that stuff off just because it was taking up space. Now, we do have fuel to run here for a couple days, so we should be up and ready to go here just as soon as this new excavator shows up. Well, would you look at what we have here? I'm going to take a crack at pronouncing this as a new excavator name. Doosan? I don't know if I got that right, but this is our brand new excavator. We're trading in this excavator and putting a little extra cash on top for this brand new rig. And this thing is huge. Let's get her unloaded. Oh man, this is going to make loading trucks so much easier. This thing is massive. So when you look at it next to the Volvo here, it doesn't look that much bigger. At first, you can kind of see it does look a tad bit bigger, but when you get to excavators of this size, they don't really change much in size. It's more lifting power, bucket size, all that other stuff, and this thing is huge. We're gonna get the Volvo loaded up here, and we should hopefully be able to get to work. We'll just fold this all up here. Okay, and you should be ready to go. So with the trade-in, I spent around $150,000, which brings us to around $900,000. However, even with the new purchase, it did not make this excavator any faster. Still the exact same speed as our old one. It's gonna take us a minute to get over to the cut. So the reason why I went and picked up a new excavator so we could run through some more material is because something has happened here in the last week that has made it almost essential that we get mining more and more yardage. The gold prices have absolutely skyrocketed. I'm not sure what happened over the week, but we're gonna try mine through as much material as we can. Hopefully get half this cut mined out. That's my goal. And with any luck, we'll be looking at a big payday. Okay, well, we're up on the pile here. Guess I'll have to go run and grab the rock truck. Now, normally, I'd probably be going to get the plant running, but I want to try out this new excavator before we get that all going, because I'm going to have to feed a bunch of material and stuff into that. But just want to give the new excavator a quick try out before we get all that going. I hope it all seems to work good. Yeah, I think we're okay. Gotta keep on digging. Yeah, the new excavator is working fantastic. Loaded this rock truck really, really fast. So no complaints from me. Well, the plant is on, water's running. Let's get moving here. I would also like to upgrade my wheel loader. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I've been looking at auctions and stuff just so we can, you know, dump more in with one load versus taking 3 or 4 with this thing. Because this loader is still pretty dang small. I guess our wash plant is on the smaller side, but a bigger loader probably wouldn't hurt. Well, if the plant's running, that means we're making money, so I'm happy. So I did mention in the last video that we were supposed to have someone coming to work for us, and we were, but unfortunately that person bailed on us, so we're still working by ourselves. I'm hoping soon I can at least find someone to help me out here, because trying to run this all by myself is getting a bit ridiculous. Ideally, I'd like to have like 3 or 4 people, so we can run rock trucks, feed the plant consistently, and then I could actually justify upgrading the wash plant, but for now, we'll just have to keep it myself. Okay, well, the wash plant's full, so it should hold it over for a little while. while. We're gonna try and move some more dirt here. Ideally, I'd like to have a day or two of stockpile in case a rock truck goes down or something, or the excavator goes down, just to at least keep the plant running while we get a fix or get a new piece of equipment. Because if we're not running, we're not making money. Almost time for me to grab the dozer again and get some more piled up. Another thought I had was getting an absurd amount of conveyor belts and running everything right across the river. I don't know if it'd be a viable option, but it might be faster than rock trucks. That'd be a lot of money in conveyors though. You know, there's just something relaxing about running an excavator. I don't know what it is. It's just nice. 2 scoops, the whole dang truck is full. That's how quick it is with this thing. So we've been hauling for the last couple hours here. It's been going really, really good. However, I'm starting to run into an issue here where the pad that the excavator is sitting on is starting to run a little bit low. So I'm probably gonna have to get back in the dozer here and see what we can do about that. Yeah, because we are running out of pad space here real fast. I'm just gonna see if I can actually bring the excavator off of here. There we go. Nice and easy. We'll just move it out of the way. Gotta get the rock truck out of the way. I'll probably just leave it across the river here. That way everything's kind of free and clear. We're still working on this side of the cut. We're not trying to move over that way just yet. We don't know what gold is over there, so I don't want to start running that side all of a sudden, and then our gold all of a sudden changes and we can't figure out if it's the old stuff or the new stuff. So we're trying to at least keep it consistent, but our pay pile is getting pretty dang big here. Well, that's good. Man, I love this cat dozer. Pain to operate, but once you get used to it, it is loads of fun. Okay, so this is where we're at here so far. We've got a massive pile going here of pay dirt. Like, it is huge. So we should be able to run for quite a while. The wash plant's still running there. It still has material to go, but this pile is absolutely massive. This side of the cut, we were already able to dig a lot deeper than we were the other side, so the other side's not gonna have as much in it. This side is absolutely packed with pay dirt, so there's a lot more to pile up over here. Well, that's about as good as it's gonna get. We have a really good pile here, so we should not need to move for a while, at least another day or so. I'm gonna try walk the excavator on there. I hope it can make it up there. Well, here goes nothing. Ooh, we're spinning. Oh, maybe not. I'm just gonna try to swing around and give myself a little push here. There we go. We're making it up here. Okay, I think that'll work. We're set up to go. We'll just back on up here. Now, it's gonna be a little bit scuffed loading until we can bring this pile down a bit more. However, it's still not too bad. We can still swing around here and load this up pretty easily. The stockpile just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Can't even imagine how much money's sitting in here. I hope it's a lot. I guess we'll have to wait and see though. This week's cleanup should be pretty big. I've been considering getting a bigger trailer for concentrate because the trailer we have right now, at this point, we're filling it up every single week to the brim, and it's a bit much to try and do that. So if I can get a bigger trailer, load up lots more concentrate, that means bigger and bigger paydays, especially at the price of gold right now. So we'll see. Oh, such a long day. I'm getting tired. Oh, crap. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Ouch. Look at his seatbelt on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, I better shut this off here. Oh, man. Well, I guess that yawn did it for me. I wasn't watching where I was going and I just slid right off here. Ah, dang, this is not good. This is not good at all. I don't even know what to do here. I guess maybe the excavator and some chains. Dang, this is not a good situation. I can't even pull it. Can I pull it back from here? That wheel might catch though, but I think that might be my only option. Oh, I am so screwed. I guess maybe if I pull it this way into the river, I can just pull it down and drive it out of the river maybe? Oh, man. Okay, well, that woke me up, that's for sure. I'm not even sure what to do from here. I guess we're gonna try to do something with the excavator because that's all I can think of right now. Let's just dump this bucket out here. Not much we can do with it. Walk myself down from the pad here. There we go. Okay, let's see what we can figure out here. I don't even know how to get this back up on here. I don't think we're gonna actually be able to bring it up back onto the bridge because the bridge isn't like connected down to the ground. It's just sitting loosely up on there. So I think my only option is to try and push this off of here and like try to do it gingerly, I guess. Because I guess I could pull it up here, but it's just gonna slide the back off. So I may as well try control how the back comes off the bridge. That's, I think, my only option right now. I'm just gonna try getting a better position here. Oh man, I really hope we didn't wreck nothing. This is our only rock truck here at the moment. Okay, we'll just be nice and gentle. I'm trying just to pull this off real easy. Oh, it's gonna slip. Oh, okay. I'm just waiting for that to fall over, honestly, because it might. Oh, there it goes. Not quite. Oh, man. I am really stressed out at the moment here. I'm trying to figure this out, and this is not helping. Because I don't have a crane or anything. I guess I could try to lift it up with the excavator, but I'm just trying to do this the easiest way I can think of. You know what? I should try moving the bridge over. That's what I should try to. That way, if I can keep this thing from tipping completely over, it is on its side at the moment, but if I can keep it from tipping completely over, that would be helpful. Okay, so if I just try move this bridge out of the way here, I'm just trying to scooch the edge of it out. Not exactly working as I planned. Okay, scoot the edge out, scoot the edge out. We're close. So the truck wheel must be making it get stuck there, so I'm just gonna make my way into the creek here and just try pull it right sideways. If I had a crane here, it'd be a lot easier because then I could just pick up the bridge to the side and just move it, but ooh, gotta be careful here. I'm not trying to flip another vehicle. We'll just swing this around here. Nice and easy. Okay, now I'm very careful about it. I should just be able to move this over here. Nope, not quite. We'll just bring the boom over to the other side. There we go. Oh, this is working. This is working. Almost off of there. Yep, a little bit more. Perfect. We got it. Okay, now the rock truck's in a bit of a better position here. Okay, I got the excavator walked back over here. I'm gonna try and see if I can turn this truck and move it at all. It's stuck right up at the front nose here. I think some stuff might be damaged, but we'll see if it starts up and moves. Fired up. Hey, we're good there. Just try to turn it. Oh, except we're stuck. Dang it. Oh, it's so close to moving. Let's try to back it up a little bit. There we go. We have some movement. Oh, we're out. We're good. And it was full too. That's the kicker. That's why it was so hard to get out of there. Oh, but we're overheating. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, let's get this up here. I'll get this load dumped off, and I guess I gotta call the mechanic now. But now we're down a rock truck. And I don't even think if I wanted to, I could get one here in a day or two. So who knows how long that's going to take if I even want to get a new one. Parts could take even longer. At least we have maybe 2 days worth of pay dirt. We'll see. Well, the mechanic made it out here. He's trying to work on it right now. He said the radiator for sure is busted, which that's a couple day wait at minimum. And he's trying to find some other stuff here, if there's anything else. So we're a little bit screwed here at the moment. Just a little bit. And I've got to try reposition this bridge. I had to move it in order to get that dang rock truck out of there. I might just try scoot it over with the loader. That might be the easiest situation. Okay, well, I got the loader here. We're gonna try and move that bridge over. Something tells me I might need something a bit wider if we're gonna be taking rock trucks across. I figured this would be wide enough, but I guess not, which really sucks, to be honest. So the loader is definitely the easier option here for the moving the bridge. This is pretty dang simple. Okay, now I think if we just scoot it up, we should be okay. A little bit more, and that should do it. It's back to where it was at least. Well, it is the next day here, and the rock truck's still down. The mechanic is back out here trying to fix it. We're waiting on parts and then to find out whatever else is wrong with it. We've kept the wash plant running pretty consistently here. As you can see, we've got a decent amount of concentrate here, 12 pallets. Not looking too bad. However, we do have a lot of tailings, and that's not good because I don't have a rock truck to move them with. So I'm gonna have to figure something out here. I've already contacted a few people about rock trucks. We're seeing if we can find something. I'm not sure if we will, but yeah, it's not looking good. At any rate, we do have a lot of pay piled up here, so we're good to go for a day or two, maybe a little more. I'm not too sure yet, but at the very least, I guess I should probably get this pile cleaned up. Is looking a bit worse for wear. So it's been a couple hours here. I've just been doing maintenance, running pay through the plant. The plant's good. It's full for a little while, but I found out there's an auction not too far away from here. Another gold mine is having a little one. They got a couple pieces of equipment out there. Their rock trucks are like the biggest ones you can buy. They're like the quarry rock trucks. Those are way too big for us. So we can't really buy any rock trucks, but what they do have is a few loaders. And I'm kind of interested in a loader. Maybe something a little bit bigger. I don't know. We'll see what we can find. But with any luck, we might come home with one. So we are on our way back from the auction here, and I must be allergic to having money in my account because I picked up a wheel loader. I spent $175,000, so that brings us around to $730 in cash here. But the wheel loader's already waiting for us there. The driver has delivered it. I guess he's still waiting for us to get there because I can see him. But I got this wheel loader for a steal. Check this bad boy out. It's a Hitachi wheel loader. It's got brand new wheels and tires. Lower end of hours, this thing is the perfect machine. A bit on the bigger side for our operation, but I'm hoping it should work just as well. Oh man, look how much hay we can scoop up with one scoop with this. This is perfect. Well, I imagine that delivery driver's waiting for me to give him some papers. Just give me a minute, Mr. Delivery Man. I'm trying out my new loader here real quick. I don't even know if we need the ramp for this anymore. I bet you we wouldn't, actually. Yeah, maybe we would. Okay, yeah, we still would. But man, look how much more we can pick up with this. Oh, and it still climbs the pile pretty good. I should have got one of these a long time ago. But yeah, unfortunately, there was no rock trucks at the auction there, so we couldn't do much about that. But I should probably get these delivery papers signed. Now I gotta try and figure out what to do with these tailings here. Wonder if we just push them off the edge. Can we just do that? Just until I get something else figured out? I might just do that for now. I'm thinking that'll be the easiest way to go about it. Okay, yeah, this is probably what we're gonna have to do, at least until we get another rock truck or our current rock truck up and going. This works perfect. Just right into the old lake. Look how much bigger this thing is than the case. This will rip through pay dirt. Exactly what we needed. Anyways, we're going to try to figure out what's wrong with the rock truck entirely, and hopefully we can get it fixed and we can actually be up and running, because with these gold prices, I want to get as much as we can ran through. We can make as much money and hopefully get this cut done and maybe move to the cut over there. Or if that doesn't pan out, no pun intended, we can go to a bigger claim. And we have got $500,000 to our name. Now, that's went down a little bit this last episode. I'll explain why in a minute. But one of our main issues right now is out here in the cut. There is not a whole lot of ground left. We got this pile, which is only really a couple loads. We've got what's left back here, which is going to end up being a pretty small pile. And then we have a pretty decent pile right here. Now, even though this looks like quite a bit, it really isn't going to last us that long. Now, one of our current options is to move the cut back. We have a little bit more land back towards that hill right back there that we can expand the cut out to, but we have done some testing out here and it's probably not going to work very well. Our tests have come back not great at all. So at this point, it's looking like at some time here in the near future, we're going to have to move claims. So that is why over the last 2 weeks, I have invested over $200,000 in the ultimate gold exploration rig of sorts. I'm not too sure what to call it yet. Anyway, this whole setup is basically so we can get into the backcountry, test out new untouched claims without the need to bring up tons and tons of big equipment. Now to start it off back here, we got a John Deere 50G, small little excavator. Next up, we got one of these bucket haulers. I'm not sure exactly what you call them. If you guys know the exact name for them, put it down in the comments. And then in the container, there's fuel, a sluice box, generator, pump, all sorts of little extra things so we can actually test to see if there's gold there. A fully decked out ATV so we can really get back and explore the backcountry. And then towing all this is a truck specifically built to do this. A Chevy K50 on full airbag and coilover suspension with massive 42-inch tires, speed locks, massive front bumper, flatbed, and fuel tank. This thing is the ultimate exploration rig. So we're going to be taking this up into a claim that is untouched yet, one of the very few untouched claims out here in Yukon, and we're going to go test if there's some gold out there. We have gotten permission to test it, but if we do find gold there, the claim comes at a very high price, but that's why it's got to get tested first. Now, since we're leaving for the next 2 days at the very least here, the plant is going to be shut down. I got no one else to run it here at the moment, so it looks like we're not going to be making any money for the next couple of days. If anything, we're just going to be spending it. So our goal right now is to get on the back side of this mountain. There's supposed to be a whole river running through that way, and from what I've heard, it's supposed to have crazy amounts of gold. I also just noticed that my entire trailer is sitting on one axle. I'm sure that's safe. I've also got the truck loaded up with a bunch of camping supplies. I was hoping to toss a little camper part on this trailer, but we honestly filled it up with all the equipment, so that wasn't really an option. And this was about the biggest trailer I could possibly get. And if we need to go through any backcountry, this is honestly a little too big, but with the bigger truck, it should be able to manage. So this new claim that we're going to go stake out is roughly an hour to an hour and a half away from the current claim. So if we end up moving, it's definitely going to be one heck of a trek to get out here. Not to mention, there's also a massive mountain we have to go up. So there's definitely going to be a lot of work involved, but I'm hoping the gold's good out here. Now, normally it's a pretty good idea to at least be on the side or the bottom of a mountain for a claim, but you look, even at the top of this little mountain, we're still pretty much at the bottom. So I'm pretty sure this was the road I was looking for here. It runs along the river. All right, well, this is where the road pretty much ends unless you want to go that way or a little bit that way, which there is a big mine out there. I think it's a coal mine or something. Not too sure, but if we want to go explore the claim, or at least figure out exactly where it is, we got to go that way. That's going to require the quad. Now, to unload this quad, I don't have ramps big enough, so I got to do something else. And if I can just unload this thing nice and carefully, swing it around, lift that back up. and back down. All right, we got it. Anyway, as I was saying, there's only one way to unload this quad. You gotta lift this thing as high as it can go and position the bucket just about right. Grab some chains and we'll get that quad off of there. We just basically lift it off of there. And there we go. Look at that. Quad's off the trailer. So as far as I know, right up here, there should be a big old river, and yep, there is. Now to get to this claim, we gotta go across it, which this place is not gonna be easy to get to. Anyways, what we're looking for here is a little piece of red fence. That's basically a corner post of the claim. And I think I see one right here. Okay, there it is. So there's 4 of these. This is number 1. And basically, it just tells us the general outline of the claim without having to look at certain drawn out maps. Now, if we follow this along here, we should see the next one. And there is number 2. Okay, we're looking for number 3. Now, there is a road running through here. I would have took it, but where this one crosses the river, it's a lot more washed out, and the bridge got completely washed out. So until we can get that fixed, we're pretty much cut off. Other than that other way, but you still got to go through the river. It's just less steep, per se. Oh, there's number 4. Okay, I just ran into it. That's 3. Now we gotta look for number 4, which should be back down by the river again. So from the maps I was looking at, this makes a lot more sense here. It looks like the claim runs around this mountain. We kind of have a little bit of the mountain, which is honestly, if we're gonna set up a mine out here where we might put the wash plant. And I am looking for the other piece of red fence here, and I can't seem to find it. Oh yeah, and there's the washed out bridge. And there's the piece of red fence. Okay, there we go. So this gives us a better general outline of the claim. Now I just got to figure out where we're going to start testing and how in the heck I'm going to get equipment across, because this should be fun. Okay, so my current issue here is the river. I don't know how the heck we're going to get across here. I'm trying to see if there's like a lowest, or I guess a highest point per se that we can get across here. And it looks like, surprisingly enough, right by the waterfall here, this is going to be the easiest spot to cross. Okay, everything's loaded up, strapped back down. Let's attempt to do this. I don't know how this is gonna go. We got the power of the 12 valve Cummins in here. We should be okay. That's what I'm going with anyway. All right, I want to try hit this straight on. We're not going to have too much of an angle and have a chance of tipping. Oh boy, this is a bad idea. This is a real bad idea. Oh, we're already bottoming out the trailer big time. Well, these rocks aren't helping. Oh, my poor gooseneck. And this is where we are at. Not a good situation at all. Dang, I'm kind of screwed here at the moment. I guess I can use the winch, or if I can try and back up a little bit. Oh man, this is a really sucky situation. The trailer is now a little bit jackknifed. Oh boy, this is getting worse. I think my only way to actually get out of this is go into the river slightly. Oh, don't tip on me. Don't tip on me. Oh, it's sliding in. It's sliding in just perfect. Oh, this is so sketchy, and I am not a fan of it. So now we are literally driving down the river to get the heck out of here. I'm gonna try go up on this spot. Oh boy, we're popping wheelies. I'm gonna try go up on this spot because it looks like it's the best. All right, come on, Cummins, don't fail me now. We're in low range. I'm trying to do it. But there's a lot of rock on here, and it's not making it very easy. We've almost got it. Oh, I think we got it. I think we're across. Oh, okay. That's a nice reminder that I do not want to do that again. I might just have to get a helicopter to come pick me up after we're done out here because, yeah, this is rough. Okay, so we're going to one of the lower spots on the claim here, just because I think that's going to be the best spot to test. And all this down through here is kind of a channel. Probably at one point, it was where a massive river flowed, so we're going to see if there's actually anything out here. We just got to get this dang thing off the trailer again, which takes a little bit of practice. And then I think I'm going to use the blade to go ahead and clear out some of this brush, because there's just so much of it through here. And that'll do it. Well, let's try use my excavator like a dozer and move some brush. It's just little stuff. It should be pretty easy. Well, here we are. This is the spot I got cleaned out. It's not terribly big, but should be just enough for a test area. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I was thinking about taking down the few trees that are in this little spot, but I guess it should be fine for now. Now, here's where our next issue comes into play here. So you might notice there's no water super close to us anymore. There's the river just over there, so we're gonna have to run a serious amount of pipe just to be able to run the sluice. So I'm gonna set it up in this corner, because when I eventually do get pay dirt, I want to be able to run it. And minus running the pipe, that should do it. So this is the new sluice. We got a pump here, we got a generator for the pump, dug a little settling pond here, and spruced it up with some rocks. I'm just kidding, that's just part of the mod. It kind of just came this way. Anyways, the only thing that's left to do is run the pipe down to the river there, which should be pretty easy. Now, the reason why I set it up here instead of way down by the river is this is way more central in the claim, because this is not the only test spot we're making. We're testing all the way down across there, all the way down across there, and then back up that way, which once we start moving back up that way, we'll get this thing down by the river. river. Lucky enough for me, it's pretty easy to pack back up and move down the river. Okay, so I got a couple coils of pipe on there. I just gotta watch my footage. I got it stringing out behind the ATV here. Oh, that's the river. I slow down. All right, we'll drop it there and we should be good. So our mini wash plant here is all set up, ready to go. All it needs is some material, but it's already starting to get to the end of the day here, so I'm gonna probably set up some camp. Check it out. Tell me that that is not the most baller camp you've ever seen out in the middle of the Yukon. It would have been nice to actually have somewhere decent to sleep, but this is where it's gonna have to work. Although I do need one more thing. Timber. Firewood. Some days you just gotta use what you have. This is how I'm transporting my firewood. Okay, well that should do it, I hope. I got camp set up, testing wash plants all ready to go. I gotta shut off the lights on my truck because I don't want my battery to die. That would suck, especially out here. I guess I have generators. I'll be fine. Even still, though, better to be safe than sorry. That and I gotta figure out some sort of a new setup here for the gooseneck. Yeah, that's quite the angle. Anyways, I'm really hoping this new claim pans out, no pun intended, because it looks very promising, and from the things I've heard, it should be. However, this claim, as I said before, it comes with a very steep price tag. Like, I'm talking massive. So if we want to be able to buy this, if everything turns out good, we're gonna have to get back to my main mine and really hope it pays out good. Although we do have a bunch of concentrates stacked up, so we might be okay. But I figured out a few spots we're gonna test, and right around here is gonna be the very first spot. Now, after we finish testing this area right here, we're gonna move down the rest of the claim a little bit. After we get down as far as we can go running those tests, we're gonna head back up towards this way, and we're probably gonna have to take the sluice with us. But for now, we got enough work to do back here. So since we're way out in the backcountry here, I have very limited equipment. I have my mini excavator, my little bucket dump thing. I don't even know the actual name for that thing. Anyways, everything here should be pretty straightforward. We're gonna dig away some of the overburden. Once we get down to what should be gold-rich ground, we're gonna load that up in there and take it on over to the sluice box. Okay, so I've got the first scoop of pay dirt here. We went ahead and stripped away a lot of the overburden, and with any luck, there should be some gold in here. Now, we only need about one of these little mini dumper loads here. We don't gotta dig up too much, and I think that bucket should about do it. Oh, we had a little bit extra in there. Now, I'm just gonna use this blade here, and we're gonna try fill in this hole as best as we can. Unfortunately, this excavator doesn't have a whole lot of power, so it's gonna take a little bit. Well, unfortunately, that's about as good as it's gonna get until we at least get some tailings, and I can try fill that in a little bit better. But test hole number one is dug. I was just thinking one thing I should have tested before we left for this trip is if this thing can directly dump into the sluice box, because if it could, and I think it can, that makes my life a whole lot easier. So as it turns out, we got one more thing left to do. I gotta fill this generator up with the diesel, and this diesel tank right here. And then we should be good. Okay, we got diesel. Let's fire this thing up. There she goes. Man, I hope there's gold out here. Gonna suck if there isn't. Okay, so I've ran through about half this material now. I could not use the little dumper there because it was just gonna feed it in too quick, so I kind of have to use the excavator, but that's all right. It gives us more of a consistent feed, so we're not overloading the sluice. This is actually kind of fun doing a small scale testing here. It's a good time. So I am running through my very last bucket of dirt here. We'll let this run for a few minutes just to clear it all out, and then we'll do a cleanup. Okay, that should be good. I'll just shut it off here. All right, looking good. I wonder if there's actually any gold in here. I really hope there is. Well, we're finished the cleanup, and as you can see, there's gold in there, and a lot of it. So I kind of figured this spot right here, maybe that spot just down there that divots in a little bit more, would kind of be the best spot in the entire claim, just because the low spots, they usually have a lot more gold. Up in the mountains, though, there's still a decent amount. So I'm thinking I'm going to go dig 4 more test holes down that way towards the edge of the claim, and then after that, we're going to go back up there and dig some up there. But the first test spot, looking pretty promising. So after moving all the equipment to the next test spot, I got test hole number 2 dug out, number 3 dug out, and number 4. I was now left with 3 new test piles to run through the sluice to check yet again if there was actually any gold. And after each pile of pay was ran through, I'd have to shut down the sluice and do another cleanup. So with all the testing done for this side of the claim, it was time to move over to the other side and do some more. And by the next day, we had the whole claim tested and we were ready to head back. Well, camp is all packed up. We got all the concentrate from all the testing up there on the trailer. It has unfortunately started to rain, so we got to get the heck out of here fast before that river rises, and I can't leave, which would not be a good situation. At any rate, I'm just going to get this ATV chained up, and we'll get it up on top of the flatbed. that will do it. Okay, I should probably get the truck hooked up before we try and load any equipment on the back, or we'll have this trailer tipping. Maybe not with the container on, but I don't want to take any risks. I hope the old K50 can actually make it out of here with all this rain, because it is coming down bad. Unfortunately, since we've got so little room on this trailer, I gotta try and load this thing on the ramps. I've done it before, so I'll probably do it again. Just go up like that. You're gonna be able to crawl all the way up? Nope, not a chance. Turn this sucker around, lift it up, and oh, okay, that didn't go to plan. Something's not right here. This was not supposed to happen. Dang it. Okay, there we go. Got it. Well, I'm pretty sure that's everything. We got this trailer really stacked to the brim now. This is about as full as it's ever gonna get. Now, hopefully we can get the heck out of here. The river is what I'm worried about. If we ever do build a claim out here, if the tests come back good and we end up buying this place, first thing that's going in is a brand new bridge. I think right down here will be the best spot to do it. Same as where we came across. We're gonna take it at just a little bit of an angle. Gotta be nice and easy with it. All right, come on, K50, don't fail me now. Oh man, we're spinning big time. Oh, we might have it. We might have it. Oh, it's doing wheelies. Come on, we're so close. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. Everything's so slick now, especially all this rock. Oh, we got it. I think we got it. Yeah. I can't believe we just made it out of that. I thought we were stuck for sure. I mean, I would have been able to call a dozer or something. There's another mine not too far down the road. It's actually right there. You can kind of see it. But still, would have not been ideal in these conditions. But yeah, a bridge is definitely the first purchase out here. Well, I just made it down the mountain here, and it quit raining, which is nice. And we're almost back to the mine site. I think I may have took the wrong way, though. Oh, no, I took the right way. I thought I was going to be on the side of the bridge that was closed, but we're not, so we're good. All right, so I have a few things to unload here. We're just going to leave all this equipment on here because it doesn't really need to come off of here. We just need to get the test buckets, well, tested to see how much gold is actually out there. And I think the skid steer should be able to get that off of there. Just got to unstrap it here real quick. There we go. Luckily, this skid steer is just able to lift this up here. There we go. Got it. I'm just going to park this trailer back here for now since we're not really going to need it for a little bit. And then we'll just load the pallet up on the truck and take it in for testing. All right, let's roll. So we're back out here at the gold place. They're going to do some of the checks on whether there's gold in some of these test pails, which it does look like it. So hopefully there is. Anyways, we're going to get this unloaded. It's going to take a couple hours. And I guess we'll be back here to find out, hopefully, if this mine is actually going to be viable. But with that dropped off, I got some other stuff to do at the mine. I'm just out here in the D10 out in the cut. And we've got 2 piles going here. We've got 1 more pile to make for sure. And that's about gonna be it for in this cut. And I just realized the D10 is actually very low on fuel, so we're gonna have to fuel that up too. Probably gonna have to fuel up the entire fleet of equipment because my guess is we're running low. Now from everything here, we've probably got another 2 weeks max of runtime, if that honestly. So if the tests come back good, we'll be probably moving here very, very soon. Now that is assuming that this mine isn't gonna cost too much money, but I think it will. And that is also assuming that we make enough money from this cut to pay for that mine. Now I believe we still have around $1 million owing to the bank, and that is for this D10. We do have to pay that off, but I do have, I want to say around $1 million in concentrate waiting to be processed. That should pay for this D10. But after that, we're going to need at least a couple mil just to get that gold mine off the ground. Okay, and that is the last pile finished. I also just got a call about 30 minutes ago from the gold place telling me that my tests are good to go. I got to head over there, pick up the paper for the results, and I'm hoping it's good. Now, we haven't had the gold plant running in a few days now, even though it looks like it's running, it's really not, because we've been trying to look at this new claim here. Anyways, I want to get a bit more material stocked up, and then we should be able to run for a decent amount of time, at least until we get this whole new claim thing figured out, depending on our test results here. Now, my biggest thing is if this mine is going to be financially viable. If it's not, we're going to go into a bunch of debt trying to find gold out there. Not a good idea, but I guess we're going to have to find out. Okay, so I'm back at the mine here. I got the test paper here. We dug right around 8 test holes, and 5 of the 8 test holes are good to go. The side of the claim towards the river is looking pretty good, and the further you go back, the worse it gets. So that means where we're going to be mining is a lot closer to the river, which is good. Means we don't have to run water so far, and makes things a bit easier for travel-wise. So at any rate here, it is financially viable. I'm just going to have to work out a purchase price for the mine. We're going to have to see how much money and gold we're going to have here, which hopefully it's enough. We still have yet to tell, and I guess we'll go from there. So as you can see here, I am down to under $400,000. Now the reason for that is I went and picked myself up a semi here on some big old shonky tires and 2 trailers to transport all of the concentrate we get from the wash plant over here. Now, I have had it stacked up in that corner over there for quite a while, and we've just been stacking it up and stacking it up, and we almost have 2 full trailers. I'm not gonna take it in until we actually have 2 full trailers, but hopefully by the end of the clean out this week, we should be there. Anyways, at one point, I did have a massive stockpile of dirt here, but that is officially depleted to not very much, and I have loaded up the wash plant. This should be good to go for a little bit, but we gotta move some more material out of the cut here ASAP. Now, in the last video, we did end up piling up what was left in the cut into these big old piles here, ready to be loaded into the rock truck, taken over here and ran through the plant. Now, the gold over on this side is still very good, where we have all this piled up. In this corner, it starts to get worse. This corner, it's not too bad. Now, since we're on the last little bit of what this cut actually has to offer, we have to hopefully get $10 million out of here worth of gold, and then we should be able to buy this this new cut that we went and looked at not too long ago. That is supposedly packed with gold according to our tests. However, I don't even think $10 million is going to cut it, because I would like to buy a brand new wash plant and a whole fleet of equipment. That would be the ideal situation. And we're still about $1 million in debt, I think, somewhere roughly around there. I got to move that loader too. It's going to be in the way if I don't. Still just cruising along here as a one-man operation. Imagine if we had 15 other people in here, just running rock trucks, excavators, loaders, all that good stuff. We'd be getting this whole cut done in like no time. Well, the only thing we'd be waiting on is the wash plant, because that thing can't keep up. That's why we're going to be upgrading. That is if I can get the money, of course. One thing that's going to be nice about leaving this mine is we finally get to quit using this dang bridge. I swear it gets sketchier by the day. I mean, if we stayed here, I'd have to rebuild it, but getting bridges built out here ain't cheap, and that was a cheap one, and it still cost me over 100 grand by the time I got the crane and stuff in here to do all that, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if we were to build another one that would actually be proper for this mine, we'd be in the hole for probably somewhere around $1 million, something like that. Because if I was actually going to have to build one, I'd make it so we could put the bulldozer across. Because right now, we can't. Well, it's almost the end of the day here, and we've pretty much got one pile completely cleaned out. Actually, I don't even think I'm going to be able to scoop up the rest of this. I'm going to have to grab the wheel loader, I guess. Yeah, this excavator's just a little too big to grab this small stuff, but we can try. I think there's maybe another load and a half out here. Yeah, we can kind of grab it. Maybe not the best, though. Yeah, that'll work. Now to try and move up this pile. This thing always seems to struggle moving up piles, but we'll see what we can do. I don't even think we're going to be going any later. Still looks like day, but that's what happens in the Yukon. Sunlight pretty much all the time. Some days it does get somewhat dark, though. Oh, yep, see, we're struggling. Hold on. Let me give this thing a push. Come on now. There you go. There you go. Make it up there. Man, it is just not wanting to go up. There we go. That's better. That looks like the perfect spot to be. So as you can see, our pay pile has grown substantially, and we're stockpiled for a pretty good time now. Anyways, I think we're going to try keep the plant running overnight just so we can get rid of some of this stockpile, because it is getting ridiculous. Plant just can't keep up. Even though I'm one rock truck driver and I load the rock truck myself, still, we're lacking on running through all this. Anyways, I'm gonna feed up the plant here and we'll see how everything goes from there. All right, so it's the next day here. The pay pile has been depleted a little bit. It's better than it was. Kept the plant going all night. There is still a lot of dirt in the cut though, so we better get to moving some of that. I did check the sluices this morning. They're looking pretty good. I had to push down some of the tailings. We were hauling them out, but it's kind of just easier to push them in to the mini lake we got going there, and you know, when we get enough, we should just be able to build a bridge anywhere we want. So I've been going pretty steady here with the Doosan excavator, loading up the rock truck, hauling in loads to the plant there, but I'm getting a low power warning from this thing, so we're taking it off the pile, and since it's really, yeah, it's actually my only excavator. For some reason I thought I had two, but I don't. I guess we're gonna have to use a loader, which is gonna be a tad bit slower, but I mean, the plant's still behind on the pay that we have, so I guess we can afford to lose a bit of time there. Who knows, maybe I forgot to put def in the dang excavator there. I don't think so, but hopefully the mechanic can make it out soon and get that thing fixed. I don't know, he's pretty busy these days. I kind of need my own mechanic. Most of them are just so grumpy though. Yeah, we're in on my buck. Anyways, let's see how quick we can load a rock truck here. Bucket number 1, bucket number 2, bucket number 3 1/4. That about fills it up. So pretty much a whole extra bucket scoop is what it takes to load this rock truck. So a little bit slower, but not by too much. And we get to clean up the pile while we're loading anyway, so keeps the site a little bit more neat. So it has been a few long days of mining here. As you can see, all the concentrates over there, but the main change is in the cut, and it is pretty much empty. Now, we don't have a whole lot left to run through the plant. Honestly, I would have ran the last of it, but the sluices were getting so clogged up at that point because they had so much material ran through them that we had to shut it down, do a clean out, and I think we have enough to fill up the rest of that trailer, if not a little bit more. Oh yeah, and this is all that's left of the stockpile. The case has been putting in overtime because the other loader over there has been loading trucks. I still have not gotten the excavator fixed. Still haven't even gotten a mechanic out here. We've just been waiting. However, I did have to order in fuel, and at $50,000, that covered us for the rest of the days that we were out mining here. Anyways, I'm gonna grab the skid steer. I'm gonna move the truck over here too, and we're gonna get the last of this loaded on up. Really should have done a better job of stacking these pallets. Oh, that's on there. Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. That's an interesting way of doing it. Well, the very last pallet going on the trailer here that we can fit. There's still 2 more extra pallets. I thought we were gonna have a little bit more extra than that, but I guess not. Anyways, there is a lot of concentrate on here, like a lot. So hopefully means a lot of money. I hope the guys at the gold processing place didn't have any important things planned today, because they're gonna be busy all dang day. If I learn how to drive, if I can make it there without crashing, I think we'll be okay, but that might be a stretch. Well, I'm gonna leave this all here for them to go through. It's definitely gonna be a couple hours, so they're gonna give me a ride back to the mine and I can continue working. But by the end of today, we're supposed to be able to take in all our profits and, well, see how much profit we made. So I made it back to the mine here, and while I was dealing with the gold, we finally had a mechanic come out and look at the excavator, and literally 5 minutes with his computer and the thing's supposedly up and going again. So I gotta check this. Okay, no low power mode. Son of a gun, the guy did it. 5 minutes with a computer and it's done. That is ridiculous, but this pile is small enough to where we're not even gonna bother with the excavator, and we'll just use the loader instead. Now I begin the excruciatingly slow crawl back to the main yard. This is gonna take a little while. 1 second for you guys, 15 to 20 minutes for me. Still at it. Just about there though. Any day now. Finally, that took way too long. So I gotta start figuring out, since we're gonna be moving here soon, that is if I get enough money from the gold, which I imagine so. Gold prices are pretty good. The test spots out there were really good. I think we're gonna be okay. I'm not too sure yet though. Anyways, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna be getting rid of and what I'm gonna be keeping. This thing, hunk of junk, probably gonna get rid of it. The Volvo, well, it did help me start up the mine. Same with the wheel loader here, and same with the cat. They're all hunks of junk, and we're probably just gonna stick them out front of the new mine once we get it all set up, so they're just gonna stay out here for now. This trailer, I'm gonna need some trailers to transport stuff. I do have a lowboy coming sometime this week. We can actually move some of this equipment, and some of it I'm actually gonna have to hire a truck driver to move. But I think in the meantime, while I'm waiting for the gold, I'm gonna try to run some of this material through here. Should be able to finish up the last little bit that's over here, and then in the next day we should be able to get the rest of that material out in the cut moved, and then that'll be it. I can't believe we're already gonna be out of here. That is the plan, at least. So it is near end of day. I got the rest of the material ran through, and the place where we sell our gold is gonna close soon, so I gotta get ripping over there. I've been told all my gold is on the trailer and ready to go, so I'm hoping there's lots of money in it for me. Look at that trailer full of gold. 2 trailers actually, not just 1, 2. That's a lot of money sitting right there, but no time for admiring it. I gotta get this stuff sold. I got the beacons on. This is a special money mission, one that may make or break our season depending on how much money we get. Okay, so right now we are at just under $350,000. We'll see where we're at after all this. So by the time we were all said and done, we came out nearly $13 million for both flatbed loads. That is absolutely nuts. I thought tops it was gonna be 10. Nah, it did a little bit better than that. So with $13 million, we should have plenty enough money to carry on the mining operation and hopefully get out to that new claim. Now, before I get too ahead of myself with all the cash I've just acquired, I gotta do a few things. Our $1 million loan is now repaid, and of course I had to pay the mechanic $1,200 to come out and plug in a computer to my excavator for 5 minutes and get it up and running again. That's what I get for buying new equipment. At any rate, we still have over $12 million in the bank, a little bit of material to run through, not a whole lot. lot, probably a couple $100,000 worth of gold. Nothing too crazy, but I gotta say that is probably the most amount of material we've ran through in 1 week. That is absolutely crazy. Other than the excavator breakdown, we were just cruising through all that material. There's not a whole lot left, which I hate to leave a cut that's hot, but there's not a whole lot left here, and kind of just is what it is. And our tests for back there tell me it's not going to do any better out there on the back side of that claim. So I'm going to be getting ready to get everything packed up, get it the heck out of here. I got to tear down the whole wash plant, do all that. I honestly might sell this thing because if we're getting a new one, I don't know if it's worth it to keep this one around. Maybe as a backup. Maybe we'll keep it as a backup, like just to make sure in case the main one goes down, we got something else ready to go. So we've got one more pay pile left to go here. Excavator's already there, ready to go. And hopefully we're going to be packing up and leaving today. So we're going to run through the rest of that material, and then a few things are actually leaving the mine. I already have them sold. This is pretty much what's sold. The gooseneck, the case loader, the two smaller pieces of equipment we used for the gold exploration, and the Komatsu rock truck. That is after we're done with it for the day. So right back there is our little bit of stockpile. It's one bucket load. That's all that's there. So I'm going to get a few loads going to the plant, and then we should be able to fire it up and run it for, I don't know, about an hour or two, depending how long this takes to get out of here. It shouldn't take too long at all. There's not much here, honestly. Probably a little much to be even running the excavator, but we're going to do it anyway. I should probably just be doing this with the loader, but oh, I think I missed the rock truck completely. That's probably why I should be doing this with the loader. All right, first load of the day. Let's get this moving. As soon as the last load comes out of this cut, that bridge is going down. It is so unstable at this point. It is a hazard to go across. So one thing I'm slightly worried about is when we get to the new mine, see, watch that bridge. Watch that bridge. That's not safe. Anyways, when we get to the mine, we're going to be a little bit behind because we're not going to be able to actually run any material for a while. We'll have to prep the new cuts, hopefully get a new wash plant in, all sorts of good stuff like that. I'm just a tad bit worried on the revenue side, but we should be okay. Not to mention we're opening up a brand new claim this late into the season. It's got me a little bit worried. Anyways, at the end of the day, it's not going to be the most ideal financial decision, but we have no more pay dirt here really to work off of, so we got to do what we can. Well, one last day of work for the case here. I think we have enough here to start up the plant and hopefully get things moving, get this through the plant ASAP. Okay, there's a slim chance it might be time for the loader to take over here. This is getting a little bit difficult with the big excavator. Yep, that's about where I'm going to call it with the big excavator here. We'll use the loader from now on. Oh yeah, loader's where it's at least for these smaller piles. It's a pain with the excavator. Well, this is it. Very last bucket out of the cut. It is over. Dang, it doesn't even fill up the rock truck. Oh well. Last time I had to go across that bridge, at least with the rock truck, I may or may not have an idea. So we've still got a little bit of material left to run through here. Not too much. We should be done here in the next hour or two, something like that. This wash plant is just taking its time running through all this material. But while we're waiting, we're going to get all the equipment loaded up that we can. But here's my idea. So the bridge, it's looking a little sketchy. Now, since we don't have to take any more rock truck loads across, I figured the best thing we can do is, well, maybe destroy it. I don't know yet if it's going to, but I know what that bridge is rated for, and it's not rated for this. So we're going to see how it goes. Okay. This looks sketchy. Oh, man. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lift my tracks up a little bit because this is being a pain. There we go. Disperse my weight across the bridge. Oh, man. Are we going to make it across? I think we are. Oh, that's getting sketchy. We're good. I think we're all right. Look at that. Well, I think it's safe to say the bridge has served its purpose. Okay, time for the loader. I have no idea how this one's going to go. It should be a little less weight than the excavator. They're going to be pretty heavy, though. Oh, man. That does not look okay. Oh, this poor bridge. We're across. We're across. That's all that matters. So if that didn't do it, I know something that will. The D10. This is probably not going to go too well. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going up the bridge. Don't take this thing in the water if I can help it. Oh, man, it's too low to almost clear. It's sunk it down a good bit. This thing is not loving it. Oh, man. All right. It's a teeter-totter. That's literally what it is right now. It's just ridiculous. You know what? The bridge is standing up to it, though. It hasn't bent yet. This is so dumb. All right. Let's get this thing across here before I break it. Well, that's it. That's all. I have just shut down the wash plant, and we have ran through the rest of the material. Anyways, we've got some equipment to load up here, all of this stuff, but all of this other stuff here has all been sold, other than that really long gooseneck trailer right here, but this one has sold. Now, it's going to another local gold miner down the river there, and it hasn't necessarily sold. We've more just traded it for something that's on its way, and I hear it coming up the road now. Now, that is a hauling rig if I've ever seen one. So I traded him for this beast of a Kenworth and this drop deck trailer that is absolutely set up to haul some massive equipment. Now, the wash plant is one of the last things we're getting out of here, and all we really need to load that all up is just the excavator, so that's going to be one of the last things to leave as well. But first and foremost, we got to get a lot of the other equipment out of here, just a lot of the smaller stuff so we can get moving. Now, once we do have everything loaded up and ready to go, I have enlisted some help of a few people to get all this stuff hauled down to the new mine, or at least to that area, because we haven't signed the papers just yet, but that should be changing here fairly soon. All right, that should do it for that trailer. Just finished getting the big old conveyor loaded on there, along with a couple other little things. Still got a lot to go though, but that one should be headed out here in a few minutes. I got a guy on his way. At any rate, we still have to do a clean out on the wash plant so we can get that out of there, because I'm not leaving gold behind. That's a big no-no. We're not doing that. So we're gonna get this clean out done, and then hopefully we can get this thing packed up and ready to go. Just setting the ATV up here on the trailer, and we have made some serious progress here, although my guy for that truck and trailer over there still hasn't showed up yet. Anyways, the wash plant is completely tore down, ready to go, load up on a trailer, and she's gonna be out of here. We got the clean out done. We got 6 pallets of concentrate. We didn't run through a whole lot of material, so that's why there's not really much. Anyways, I'm just fixing to get this trailer loaded up, and it'll be another one done. I'm just gonna get these pallets of concentrate all loaded up on the trailer. Hopefully I'll have time later today to take them in. I'm not entirely sure if I will or not, but we'll try our best. Just trying to conserve space on trailers as much as we can here, so we'll see how we can stack this. If they want to come off the stinking skid loader, they're being a pain. Well, got another trailer down, and I'm pretty dang happy with that. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try fit this wash plant on here with the dozer, the small one at least. Should have just enough room to get that done. Although, when I try to unload the wash plant there, I'm not gonna have anything to really unload it with other than the dozer, and I kind of need to pick it up. So we may have to try fit the excavator on here too. I have no idea how that's gonna go. Probably not well, but we're gonna see. Oh man, we're not gonna have too much room here. This is gonna be very tight. We're gonna be hauling a lot of weight. And as long as we do it at night, we should be fine. If you know, you know. We'll just try to lift this sucker up on here then. Okay, wash plant is on. Chains are off. Let's see if we can fit this excavator on here. I don't know if this is gonna work. We're gonna be awfully close. Oh man, this is gonna hurt if we can't fit. I'm gonna have to figure out some other solution, but I'm gonna give it my best shot here. Okay, let's just back this sucker up. We actually got it on the trailer. Now the question is, gonna be able to connect it? Okay, we're good there. We're good there. We're making some progress. Oh man, it's just this boom here. Oh shoot, I don't know if this is gonna work. I really don't know. Everything's as close in as it can be. That might actually work. Yikes. we're a little bit overloaded here. Although we do have a triple axle and it's Kenworth, we might be okay. Oh man, that is a little bit scary, not gonna lie. Well, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. Now, the only things we got left to load up are the D10, which is just gonna be a trailer probably by itself, unless we can somehow manage to fit on the loader. But I think that's most of the small stuff. All the small stuff's loaded up here. We're pretty much ready to go. But since these are the 2 most expensive pieces of equipment we've got on here, I'm gonna be the one hauling this one. Now, I know what you're saying, Austin, you're getting rid of so much equipment and you won't even have a rock truck anymore. Don't you worry, I got a few little things planned for the new mine. Now, we should be signing the papers here, well, as I get there. That was the deal for today. And we're already going into a little bit later today, so hopefully we can make it out there. No problems, and this thing actually makes it in one piece. The wash plant, I'm not terribly concerned about because we're gonna be getting a new one anyway, but the excavator, that's worth a lot of money right there, so we want to try to keep that one safe if we can. And we are just pulling up to our brand new gold mine here, and there's been some changes. So when we came out here to prospect this place, there was no bridge at all. It was just the river, and we ended up getting a bridge put in, as well as we have brought down a bunch more equipment, and we ended up selling off some of the old stuff. so we are now down to $1.5 million with purchasing this new gold mine and bringing in some new equipment. Now I went ahead and rented some brand new forestry equipment, just for about a week or so here, so we can clean out the gold mine, get it all prepped and ready to go so we can hopefully start making some money again. And it looks like my gooseneck is terribly overloaded right now because I didn't want to hire another semi to come down and get my loader. So this was the last trailer of stuff out of the old gold mine, so hopefully we can get to work on this one. Now you might be thinking, Austin, where the heck are you gonna sleep? Well, I do believe there's a solution coming right down the road right about now. Oh man, he's ripping in. There he is. He's got an even fancier truck than I do. So this is my buddy Colton here. He just pulled up in his fancy setup with a camper, which is where we're going to be sleeping out here because, well, this claim does not have a house on it currently or any kind of place to stay. So this was the next best option. Now, Colton has told me that he's a semi-good mechanic. At any rate, he's been a good buddy of mine for a long time. So it's good to have him out here to hopefully help expand the mine a bit if he'd ever get out of his truck. Hey,
what's going on?
Nothing much. How was the drive up here?
Oh, not too bad. A little muddy.
Good stuff. You just picked this thing up here? Is it brand new?
She's nice and clean, eh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's nice. All right. Well, as you can see here, there's a lot of work to do out here.
Yeah, it looks like you got quite the project going on.
Yeah, so I'll take you for a little ride over here real quick. Oh, I guess I can't because the trailer's hooked up. Let's just take your truck. Let's take your truck. All right, so this is the bridge we just got put in. It's nothing too fancy, but it'll do the job. We got our, what is it, D7 over there? Sorry, D10 dozer, so that's gonna help us clear out the land a bit. And really, there's nowhere to park the camper other than the point out past the mine there, but I got permission from the people that own it to park out there. Anyways, as you can see, there's loads of trees, loads of land that needs to be flattened so we can get a wash plant in, and really just a ton of work to do. We still got to open up cuts, take over a ton of overburden, and it's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. Plus, we're only down to 1.5 million, which sounds like a lot, but when it comes to gold mining, that's not a whole bunch. All right, so I've rented us some forestry machines here because we're not gonna be able to just do it with the excavators and dozers. So I think I'm gonna hop in this I don't know what you call this, buncher of some sort, and try to take down some of the big trees, and then you're gonna hop in the big old tracked stump grinder, which should be able to take care of a lot of that brush.
Hey, can I hop in this thing quick? I've never ran one before.
The excavator?
Yeah.
I thought you work on these things.
Oh, sorta.
Oh, you've never ran one?
No.
I'll go for it. Just don't wreck it. It's my only one right now. Okay, settle down, settle down. It's a big machine. Hey, watch your brand new truck's over there. Oh, whoa. Man, it's crazy. Oh, he's just having a ball in there.
Should I do it?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I mean, how good's your insurance?
Not very good.
Yeah, I might park that then. What do you think about that thing? It's like a dang tank.
This thing's pretty neat.
Yeah, I think it's even got a little TV in there. You watch some movies while you're working. All right, so I've never ran one of these before. It's pretty dang simple though, so hopefully I don't screw up. And I believe with that thing, you should just be able to clear trees as well. Oh man, you just took down a whole tree. Oh, Colton,
yeah.
That's a rental. Careful.
Oh, she's the tank. She's fine.
You gotta push them away from you, not towards you, man. All right, so me and Colton are making some pretty good progress through here. He's kind of just taking down bush and trees. I'm just getting the bigger ones that are a bit tougher for him. Hey, watch it. Almost dropped that thing on you. I don't think we're gonna try take down every tree on the claim just yet. We kind of just want to get a spot opened up for the wash plant, and then we'll kind of figure out where we want the cuts exactly. Then we'll take down some more trees as needed. So I'm thinking if we can get most of the trees cleaned up on this hill here, we'll flatten this out with the dozer, and then I think we'll get the wash plant up here. All right, so me and Colton have spent the last couple hours cleaning out loads and loads of trees, so we actually have room to work around here. Anyways, it looks like Colton is bringing over the dozer. He's gonna get to work flattening some of this stuff out, getting rid of some of this brush, because with this stump grinder, it just takes way too long. Anyways, we've got the main parts of what we want cleared out just for the wash plant and some of the other sheds and stuff we're gonna be building. We're actually gonna be building our own gold processing room on site, so we don't have to take it off site since we're way back in the bush now. That should be nice. But we're kind of thinking up on this hill, we're gonna make a nice flat path pad, and we'll put the wash plant up there. We'll get a pump pumping some water right from the river. It should be real nice and simple. We're kind of thinking like right up here would be the ideal spot. And then from our tests, we kind of indicated towards the back there is where the best kind of idea for a cut is. It's a bit more flat, so less overburden we have to bring out, and it's in a lower spot, so more gold tends to settle there. All right, so it has been about a week and a half of clearing land out here at the mine, getting everything perfect to bring another wash plant in. We've moved over most of our equipment into this kind of little area here. We'll have equipment storage back there, and then the gold processing deal we're gonna have right over here, along with a couple other things, probably some fuel tanks, all that good stuff. We've still got some brush to clean up, but it's getting better. Me and Colton have just been smoothing out this entire massive pad in preparation for the new wash plant, which is still a little bit out, so we may actually set up the small one just so we can get going and maybe get some money. We still do have to open up a new cut first. There's all that, but we do actually have a good amount of land from the test plots opened up there, and we might start a small one there just to see how it goes. So we got most of the equipment lined up here, ready to go to get a quick service. That's why Colton's out here with his service truck, because I don't have one yet. So Colton, you better get on that, buddy. We got a lot of equipment to service here.
Too much.
But I think we're actually going to try get our campsite set up here, because we've just been having this hooked up to the truck and haven't quite set it up. And every time you get in this thing, it's completely uneven. So I think we're going to try set that up in the back corner there real quick. But we do have to unload my very overloaded trailer at the moment. Uh-oh, Colton's got the mini bike and he just ramped it off the trailer and ramped it into the trailer. Colton, I think you might have had too many Mountain Dews there. You're driving all wonky.
And maybe a few too many.
Oh, that was close. And maybe we'll build you a little jump. You like Nitro Circus.
We should.
All right, so Colton's got the excavator there, and we're gonna hook a chain around this thing and try get it off the trailer, because we don't want to move all this stuff over, because we won't have any more concentrate for a while. So gonna wait until we have more to deal with that. Maybe you should be the one sitting on this, and I'll be the one operating the excavator.
Oh no.
Oh man. All right, easy. Let me unchain it. There we go. You're good. Finally got a quad again. There we go. Camp is now set up. I think Colton's in there trying to make some stew or something. Hey, Colton.
Yeah.
What are you making in there?
Oh, you know, everything.
Okay. All right. Suspicious stew. He's probably making some of that. I don't know if I trust it.
It'll be good.
All right. So before the daylight's gone here, which I guess in Alaska it doesn't really go very often, we're just gonna cruise up over here quick where we had those test spots, and I think we're gonna check out where we could possibly make this new cut. I think we kind of want to do it right here. We'll cut out a couple trees, strip some of the overburden off, and we should be able to get a pretty decent spot right here. And it's not going to be too far away from the new wash plant, so should be some quick trucking and easy money, especially with how much gold we've tested for out here. There's going to be a lot of it. So it has been about another week here, and me and Colton are just rolling in here from town. We had to go pick up some supplies for camp, but we have made some serious progress over here. So we got these two brand new gold processing sheds, and as you'll be able to see by our money here, we've spent a good amount of cash, about 200,000 between both sheds, the fuel tanks, and the fuel getting this land cleared. I think we're also going to bring a crane in here to set up the new wash plant. That should be coming shortly, in about a week from what I've been told. We're kind of just waiting on that. Then we've got this big open area here if we need to tear apart a rock truck or something. I think eventually we'll put some sort of a building here of some sort. I'm not sure yet. We can also pull stuff in here, but ideally we'd like to have space just to work on vehicles. Son of a gun, I did it again. $50,000, and I have went and leased myself a crane for the rest of the season. Now, we need this thing to put the wash plant together and do a couple other little projects we want to do around the mine before we get up and running. Now, originally, I wasn't going to actually bring one in for the rest of the season, and we're just going to try do everything we could with the excavator, but since we're running so short on time, I figured this would be a big time saver and would hopefully help get things done just a little bit faster. Hey, Colton, what do you reckon we could pick up your truck with this?
Oh, I think we could.
Oh, yeah. Easy. Be a real easy way to do an oil change, eh?
Get it done quick.
So it's the next day here. It's bright and early in the morning, and today is finally the day that we get to open up the new cut. We decided enough messing around. Let's go get it done. We're not even gonna wait for the wash plant. One thing though, we're gonna have to build a road from here to the cut, which shouldn't be too hard. We just want to make sure it's gonna be good enough. That way we're not having rock trucks sinking it. But it's nice back here. There's not as much brush, so it should be a lot quicker. I'm on this side, Colton's on that side. We're gonna see how many trees we can take down in the next couple hours. Then we'll maybe get the excavator out here and try and move some of them that way. Maybe pile them up. We'll have the biggest campfire ever. Colton, you pick up the marshmallows when we were in town there?
Yeah, I did.
Perfect. We'll have ourselves a big old campfire. Oh, it looks like Colton's texting on the job there. Oh no, as soon as I say that, he starts moving again. That is most of the trees cut down in the area for the new cut here, and it is gonna be a big cut. This is gonna be huge. And if we want, we have options to extend it out back. But I don't know how many cuts we're gonna be making this year because it's already late in the season and I'm just hoping we make enough money. I think I got the last tree over here and Colton's got the last tree over there. And he's letting him fall on him. Need some help?
I'm good.
It's stuck on you. Oh, there you go. So now it's pretty much just going to be getting all these cleaned up and out of the way. Got them all cut down. And then I think we'll start stripping some overburden. And it's going to be ripping that permafrost. Even though it's late in the year, that stuff's still going to be down there. All right, where's Colton? Colton?
What?
Where are you? I can hear you. Wait, what are you doing in there?
Taking a bath.
In the excavator? What? In the excavator bucket?
There's creek water in here. It works perfect.
Dude, I guess, yeah, the shower's out in the camper. Okay, well, okay, fair enough. I'll give it to you. That's a pretty good idea. Maybe we'll leave that in there. I need to take a bath later. You know what? Screw that. I'm going to fill it up with new water.
Yeah, you might want to change it.
We need a little campfire under here. That way we can heat the water up. That'd be sweet.
Little hot tub.
Yeah. All right, well, you best get ready to go here because we got to leave to go pick up something very special and very expensive. Something I don't even have the money for. Anyways, while Colton's getting ready to go here, I am going to go run back to the cut that we started working on last video there. And we've made some serious progress on it. It's pretty much ready to go. We've just been preparing for the new wash plant that we're supposed to be getting here. I just completely jumped the quad. But this is what we've got opened up. An absolute mega cut. Ready to go, ready to be stripped down. Pay dirt so we can get that money out of there because we're gonna need a lot of money by the time we get this new wash plant home. All right, Colton, you all dried off? Ready to go, bud?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, hop in the truck. Let's move. So this is the old wash plant right here, and that ain't gonna cut it for the new cut. So this new one is approximately $5 million. Now, we don't have $5 million at the moment, so we're taking out another bank loan. Now, I already have some loans out on some other stuff. By the time it's all said and done, it's gonna equate to about $8 million, which we know is possible to make, but it's gonna take a lot, and if there's not gold on this property like we think there is, we might be a little screwed. So we're taking out a complete loan for the wash plant. We'll keep our 1.2 in the bank account in case anything else comes up, but this is gonna be quite the undertaking. All right, here we are just pulling up, and we got a crew of trucks ready to roll here. We're not gonna be driving all of them. We're only gonna be driving one of them. Our semi is actually down here ready to go, but this is an absolute mega wash plant. We've got a big John Deere of all things excavator for rent here, so we can actually set this up because our excavator didn't have the right tools to be able to run this, which allows us to pick up some of the wash plant pieces. We've got our big conveyor. This thing is just ridiculous. It's so big it has to be hauled by a semi. And then we got 3 parts of the wash plant and then another conveyor up there on our semi and trailer. So Colton, if you want to get in your pickup, lead the pack. These guys are going to be following us in a minute, but I'm going to take our semi and they'll meet us all up there.
Okay.
All right, Colton's leading the charge. Colton, you gotta turn on your beacons, man. Got a wide load here.
We don't need those.
Oh, I'll have mine on anyway. You're going the wrong way here. Gotta go right.
Oh.
The other truck should be following us here pretty soon, but we're gonna try to get up there and get a little bit of a head start if we can. But this is gonna be fun, or at least I think so. All right, we have officially made it back to the mine here, and somehow, some way, I beat Colton. I don't know how. He's still probably back there somewhere, but I just heard that the convoy is leaving, so they should be here very shortly, so we're gonna try get what we can set up before they get here, because time is money when you're hiring that many trucks. But we're just gonna take this right up to where the wash plant's gotta be. That way, we don't really gotta move a whole bunch of stuff. Well, it looks like the whole convoy rolled in here, and me and Colton are just grabbing some equipment, getting ready to set this whole thing up. And then we're gonna have to race to get some pay dirt because having a sit and wash plant that's worth that much money is not a good use of our time. Hey, Colton, cut it out. This is expensive. Hey, watch it. Watch it. All right, bring her down, Colton. Keep going, and good. I'll do it. Piece number 1. I'm surprised you can actually operate this thing.
Hey, I can operate anything.
Except a normal bathtub, apparently. All right, conveyor belt time. This is a big one. Gotta swing her on into place here. All right, so me and Colton had to move around the conveyor belts a little bit, and we did get the first piece of the wash plant off the trailer. We just had to kind of situate everything because we kind of did it a little bit backwards, but I think we got it figured out now. We still might move things around just a little bit, but now we're gonna start stacking the pieces of the wash plant on there because this thing's so dang big that, well, we can't just pick it up and move it normally. It's got to be moved in these sections. Well, this is one absolute beast of a plant finished. It took us pretty much all day, but we've got it now, and I'm just amazed at how big it is. All we gotta do is get water and power hooked up, and we should be good to go. We've got the sluices running all the way down to the river. I'm not entirely sure if this is actually how it's probably not. I think it's supposed to go into a settling pond and all that good stuff, but we don't really have that option here, so we're just going with this. Anyways, I'll give you guys a quick rundown of what exactly this all is. So this is the feeder box here. Screens out big rocks. We can just dump them off here. We did have to extend this pad just a tad to fit this all on here, but I think it's well worth it because, well, otherwise we wouldn't be able to get this all on here. Anyways, yes, this is the feeder box. We dump material into there. It goes all the way up into this big conveyor here. I can't get on top of it. Hold on. Any day now. All the way up here on this big conveyor. Goes right up to the wash plant. And this is the shaker deck. Washes off all the rocks, spits out all the extra gunk and rocks. And then it goes into the trommel where even more gunk and the gold is washed off. And then what's ever left comes through the sluice boxes and it gets, well, preferably all the gold trapped. So there's a lot of moving parts here, but this thing's brand new. So we should be fine for a little bit before stuff starts breaking down. But I mean, I might have spoke too quickly. I don't have any wood to knock on over here, so I might have just completely screwed us, but anyways, we got a cut to open up. Well, we are off to the cut. Colton's behind me in the D10. I'm in the Doosan excavator. We're gonna try to get some ground opened up here. Question is, who's faster? I think Colton's gaining on me right now. This excavator is extremely slow. He better not push me with that blade. I'm just gonna turn around here just to... Don't you dare, Colton. Don't you dare. Oh, jeez. Okay, whoa, stop. We're gonna break our $1 million worth of equipment here. Colton's ripping up ground here. I'm gonna try head up to this corner here and start stripping some overburden if I can. Gotta get down to that permafrost, rip that up. I don't know if we're gonna have enough machines here to be able to get this done in a timely manner, so I may have to figure something out here. But for now, we're gonna try to do what we can. Well, boys, it has roughly been 2 weeks here, and me and Colton have been going non-stop on the cut. We are down to $1 million left in our bank account. We have spent roughly $250,000 on stripping down the cut, and we're not even completely down to pay dirt just yet, except on one spot. We're going to try run the plant. Now, speaking of the plant, we also had to buy 2 gen sets, so that really brought us down to $1 million here. But anyways, I think we're going to head out to the cut here. Colton, you got the mini bike, right?
Oh yeah, I'll rip this thing out there.
You want to race?
Nah, you'll probably win.
Oh, you might actually beat me. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, holy smokes, you're ripping on that thing. He just sends it off the jump. Oh, man. Anyways, the cut does look a lot different. It is absolutely opened right up now, and we have all the equipment down here at the moment. Now, there's a few things we're going to be needing, like another loader and another dozer, because right now we only have the one loader, and we need one to also run the plant and one to load the trucks. So we're just going to try and make a bit of a stockpile out of what we have here. The rest of the ground in this cut is frozen in permafrost, so we're trying to let it melt up a little bit. We're going to get back to ripping after we run this first round through the plant just to see how it goes. But the little bit in the corner here that wasn't buried under so much ground, we were able to get to and kind of stockpile up here just a little bit. We should have more than enough for our first run on the machine. So I think we're going to get to loading trucks here. All right, Colton, you better get in your truck here. I'm starting to load her up.
All right.
Colton gets rock truck duty because that's just funnier for some reason. But he doesn't have to worry. I'll be in a rock truck pretty quick here if we actually want to get this done. Hey, you're not full just yet. Settle down. All right, Colton, good to go. Hey, you know where to dump that?
Nope.
All right, just dump it kind of close to the plant in a pile. Just kind of right up there by the feeder box. You know where I'm talking about now?
I think so.
All right, don't screw it up. Even though it's really hard to screw up, I'm sure you'll find a way. And just as I load up the truck, Colton's already back and completely totaling the truck. You have got to be kidding me.
You put these dirt piles in my way.
No, that's just the game, man. I can't control that. Hold on, hold on. Oh, you got it? All right, hold up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, 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 easy. You really high-centered yourself here. What the heck, man? Those are like $500,000 Colton. All right, get going with the other one. It's already full. No way he's backing up all the way. This guy just finds a way. Not to be smart, no. Just to, you know what? I don't even know what. Colton, where you at? Truck's full. I'm waiting on you. Okay, now he's just zooming in. Gonna break a rock truck here. That's good. All right, let's see if you can make it back here before I load another truck.
Bet you I can.
I bet you can't. Hey, don't make a mess of that pile. This man doesn't know who he just put a competition against. I'm a professional loader operator here. Oh, he's dumping. Better hurry, Colton. Thing's almost loaded. Oh, shoot. You might get back before I load it. Oh, man. He's got to get into place, though. He's got to get into place. He's got to get in front of this truck. All right. I'm going to call that a tie because I was about to dump the last bucket in, and Colton did something that I can't even show on camera because...
I won.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Oh, you lost.
Colton slacking again. I got a full rock truck. He's still not back as he rips in. All right, Colton, you leave that truck up there. I'm going to bring this truck up, and I think we might have enough to run. Although you're going to have to run back here and grab the wheel loader, or I take the wheel loader, whichever one. All right, take that last truck. I'm going to run this up to the plant. Don't tip it now. Hold up. Let's just, yeah, there we go. Oh, can't even crush it. It looks like Colton's got a pretty good stockpile going here, and he's just, oh man, he's going right up there to dump that. All right, well, enough time wasted. Let's get this wash plant running. Conveyor number 1's running. Conveyor number 2's running, and wash plant's up and going. Let's go get some gold. Okay, first bucket of pay, here it goes. Colton's there adjusting the feeder speed in case we need it. Okay, Colton, how we looking on feeder speed?
Oh, she's just about right.
Perfect. I'm thinking we almost need something with a bigger bucket to keep up with this dang thing. But it is working. We got pay dirt running through. Well, that's all that matters. You want to run up there and check the sluices?
Yeah, I can do that.
Perfect. How the sluices looking?
They're looking good so far.
See any gold yet?
No, how the heck am I supposed to see that gold with that much water going through?
Oh, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. All right, so I've got Colton on the loader. I don't know if this is the smartest idea, but we're giving it a shot anyway. Anyways, I figured I'd come down here, check out the plant. We got water running. That's always a good sign. Dirt's flowing, even better. And it looks like we got some concentrate going. No tailings just yet, but I'm sure we'll start getting some. Probably just takes a little bit. So yeah, I guess all this water is going to flow back into the river. Pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to do it, but we're going with it. Just going to try to hop up here, check the shaker deck real quick. How we looking? Looking real good. Colton's got material running through. Means we're making money. Well, that is if there's actually any gold out here, but we have yet to find out. Check this out. I can hit a switch. We got lights for days on this. So we are now going into the afternoon here. Colton's still working away at that big old pile. We actually got way more piled up than we thought we would, but plant's still running good. I mean, for what we paid and considering it's brand new, I hope it would. Still have no tailings yet. I don't know what's the deal with that. I imagine they'll show up here eventually, but probably just taking its sweet time. But I think Colton's got this feeder conveyor down to a science here, unless he keeps running into it. Easy now, Colton. Just gonna go ahead and raise the deck here, clean off whatever else. Colton has got the last scoop of our pile. We've been running for quite a few more hours here, but if Colton keeps slamming into the machine like that, we're gonna have some issues. Colton, careful. This is expensive.
Oh, yeah, I'll be careful.
All right, that's her. Let's shut her down. Conveyors are off. Let's go shut this one down too. That is good enough for me. Okay, well, we're gonna let this sit overnight since it's really late, and here in the Yukon, it doesn't really get that dark, so it's already very, very late, but we're gonna let this sit overnight, and we'll come to it in the morning. It's cleaning out. Well, it is first thing in the morning here. I got the buckets ready to go for us to clean out the sluice box. Colton's supposed to be going over there any second now, but he's very far away from the sluice box still, probably texting. I'm watching you, Colton. You texting? Hey, careful now. I got pallets. You wouldn't want to dent up your new truck. Colton, come and give me a hand with this, bud.
You got that by yourself, don't you?
Oh, okay, funny guy over here. Get over here. We got a whole sluice box to clean out.
You'll be fine.
No. Get out here. We gotta get this done.
I don't know.
Colton, get your butt out of the truck. We got a whole sluice box to clean out, man.
I'm not really feeling that right now.
All right, fine then. I'll just keep all the gold then. Be all my own.
I'll see after supper.
He'll get over here. He's just being a dummy because he's on camera. Well, that is the sluices cleaned out. We got buckets full of concentrate there, and if you kind a look in there. You can see gold. We're gonna see what we got in there after we get all this cleaned up. Well, a few hours of work later, this is what we ended up with. Since Farm Sim doesn't really have like an ounces calculator or whatever else, and we really didn't run through that much material, this is a pretty good haul. I mean, obviously it's gonna look more than what it really is because it's Farm Sim, but we're still yielding way more ounces per hour than we were at the old gold mine, so we're pretty good here as of right now. That is if we can get to that other material that's under the permafrost. Hey, Colton, you see this, bud?
What?
Here, this is my tax fixing all the crap you broke this week.
I'll be back in a week.
So right now, our main problem at the mine is lack of equipment. We do not have enough equipment to keep up with running this big old wash plant here. And today, hopefully, we're going to be fixing that. Now, I sent Colton out this morning to go pick me up a brand new loader. It should make loading these rock trucks just a little bit easier because we still need a loader at the plant up there, and we need one down here too. So I'm just waiting for him to get back with that, which he should be pulling up any minute now. Anyways, we've been trying to strip the permafrost off this cut here, and it's not going too well. I mean, it's not muddy, that's good, but our dozer right now just does not have the power to be able to do it. So something else is getting delivered today that should help. Colton, take it easy, man. Take it easy. That loader's very heavy. Yeah, that's a beast. Holy smokes. That should do the job. So that cost us a cool $300,000. Colton, that's not the... Okay, well, it's not the way to actually unload it, but I suppose it'll work. Now, this thing should be able to load rock trucks in 1 to 2 scoops, as opposed to the old one loading rock trucks at about 4 scoops. He is just moving with that already. Settle down, Colton. That's a brand new piece of equipment.
Oh, it's fine.
All right, so I'm gonna hop in the rock truck here and see how well Colton can actually load this up here. Careful, Colton. Don't spill.
Don't make me.
I'm not making you do anything. I'm standing still here. There you go. There you go. Okay, that's not too bad. It might be about 2.5 scoops, which is better than the old loader at any rate. Anyways, we're getting pretty far into our mining season here. We're on our 2nd claim of the year, and we haven't cashed in any money on this claim yet. And by the end of today, we're gonna owe about $10 million to the bank, so we better get making some cash. If Colton actually knows how to load a truck here, we'll be out of here any day now. You just dumped that all on the ground. Okay, that's good. All right, I'm running with the 2nd rock truck here. Colton's loading the 1st one. Someone left all their crap in the roadway. Gotta go move that out of the way. So the hope is right now to get enough stockpiled to where we can actually keep this plant running for a little bit, because right now we'd only be able to keep it running for an hour max if we continue loading at this pace. So we're gonna try get a massive stockpile going so we can just keep the plant running and keep gold coming in. But we are gonna run out of pay dirt here fairly soon, so hopefully this new purchase gets to the mine soon and we can actually fix that problem. Colton, you're slacking, man. I was able to keep up with a smaller loader. Pick up the pace.
I need a bigger bucket.
You have a massive loader, man. This thing's huge.
Need a bigger one.
Well, maybe if this ground has some gold in it, we'll actually be able to buy a bigger one. All right, Colton's loaded a truck before I got back. He's picking it up the pace. I'm making it too easy on you, bud. Gotta go faster.
I'm trying.
No, I'm saying I gotta go faster. You're starting to catch up now.
We just need bigger trucks, too.
What are you talking? These are the biggest rock trucks we can buy. Next to a quarry truck. Colton's texting on the job again. All right, Colton, a few more trucks here. We'll get them loaded up. The pile's getting pretty big at the plant there, but I'd like to get a bit bigger. Anyways, the new piece of equipment is showing up here, and I'm gonna need your help to get that one. So it's on its way. Now, this one actually requires a crane to assemble it, so you get to put your crane skills to use again. Yeah, we all know how those are. Colton, after you finish loading that truck, just bring it up to the plant there, and we got to grab the crane.
Okay.
That is looking to be a pretty decent stockpile. In fact, almost bigger than yesterday. But we're going to be getting it a lot bigger before we decide to fire up that plant again. Let's go, Colton. The new toy awaits. And here it is. The absolute monstrosity. A D11 dozer. A size up from our current biggest dozer. This thing is huge. Colton, what you thinking, man? Looks a bit small, hey?
Yeah, next to my crane.
All right, Colton's getting in position here. Swing her over here, man. I don't know what these drop-off guys were thinking here, but they done screwed up. They put it way the heck over here, but Colton should be able to reach with the crane. Okay, you should be good. Let's get her on the dozer. Okay, we just got to go to the left, your right. I guess it would be a little bit more, and it should be good. Drop her down. That's good. All right, next piece. Ripper. Colton's actually good at operating something here for once, and I'm surprised. Keep bringing her down. Oh, I'll do it. Let me get her on. There we go. That's the Ripper. Okay, so I'm just going to swing this big old D11 around here, and we're going to grab the blade. Colton did his job with the crane here, which he was surprisingly good at. There's our blade. What are we thinking, Colton? Is this going to do the job?
Oh, I think it'll do the job.
I sure hope so.
You better get out of my way, though.
I'm in D11, man. I'll squish you.
I don't care.
This guy. Oh, shoot. I didn't think of this. Can we get over the bridge?
I'll lift you up. What are you going to do about
You
it?
will not lift this thing up. I promise you. All right, we're good. We're just clearing the bridge here. The blade is actually wider than the bridge, but luckily it was able to lift up enough. Okay, Colton, your appropriately sized dozer is down in the cut for you. Waiting there.
No. That one's mine, buddy.
Oh, I don't think so, Chief. I got to try this thing out.
No, the big boys get the big boy toys.
Okay. Settle down there, Squirt. So yeah, if you couldn't tell by our money, we used the bank to buy this one as well. So I'm hoping we get some gold here real soon, or we're going to be in some big issues. There's Colton's little dozer, and here is my big dozer. The size difference is ridiculous. Holy smokes. Okay, so the only next logical step is to have a pushing battle here.
Okay, clearly you're gonna win.
Well, we gotta try. We gotta try. All right, here we go. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Oh, wow, you're actually stopping me, surprisingly. Oh, no. Oh, whoa. Careful, man. Careful. 3, 2, 1, go. Dude got a head start. Okay, we're gonna try this again here. Oh, this ain't even a match. Oh. Okay, before something gets broken here, we got work to do. This permafrost don't stand no chance, though. Look at the light setup on this. It could run all night. All right, so it has been a couple days here. Me and Colton have been going non-stop in the cut. We still have not had a chance to run the wash plant yet or get a big enough stockpile because we've just been working on this cut, trying to get enough pay dirt, and there he goes. Anyways, he was supposed to be down in the cut, moving up some pay dirt, and we've got a good chunk done. So we've got about half of it, I'd say over half actually, stripped down to pay dirt, ready to be pushed up into a pile so we can start loading that into trucks. And Colton just has the dozer sitting there, so I'm probably actually gonna hop in it there. But this D11 has moved along our productivity so dang far that we should be able to get this half of the cut done pretty dang soon and get it all pushed up. And if we get enough pushed up, we're actually gonna try running the plant today because we need gold and bad. Look how fast this thing pushes up pay dirt. Just the biggest flipping pile. Looks like Colton's operating the loader here. He's gonna try get some trucks loaded up for us so we can keep everything moving. I'm just gonna get this pile a little bit bigger, and then I think we're gonna start pushing to another pile just so we can keep enough space open. Hey Colton, you bring me some lunch?
Maybe.
Perfect. What'd you make?
I didn't make nothing.
What did the microwave make?
You mean, what did McDonald's make?
Okay, fair enough. We've got a pretty good chunk pushed up here. We're just trying to get enough space for the rock trucks just to kind of move into that last pile right in the corner there. We're just probably going to pile up a good amount here so we can have a pile going over here. Just trying to get the cut situation a little more organized because right now it's a mess, if I'm being honest. Well, I put the dozer away and it looks like I'm on loader duty here. And stop. Oh, back up a little bit. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Colton's slacking. I've been waiting. Although I don't know if I should encourage him to drive the rock trucks any faster. All right, Colton, that's the last rock truck here for a little bit. I think we got a good enough pile to run that wash plant here, hopefully. I don't know. What do you think?
I think so.
We'll give her a try. All right, fire up the conveyors. That's running. Get this one running. And fire up our wash plant. Let's go make some gold. Or get it out of the ground, either one. Okay, so I'm in one loader. Colton's in the other here. We're going to try tandem loading this machine. Probably not going to go well, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Colton's almost sending a loader off the dang cliff. Careful, man. That thing's expensive. Okay, this is actually working better than I thought it would. We seem to be getting the hang of this whole double loader thing. Just as long as nobody backs into each other, we should be all right. Even still, with 2 loaders, we can't keep up with the feeding speed of this thing. That's how fast it is. Maybe if we get a good enough payout from this, we can actually buy 2 of these big loaders, and then we'll maybe be able to keep up. How's all that bouncing from that pothole feel in the cab there?
Terrible.
I don't know if we have a massage therapist on our insurance here, so you might be screwed. Colton's getting real fussy about his small loader.
I need a bigger one.
Well, maybe if this cleanup performs good enough, we will. But until then, you're stuck with the small one. Anyways, since it doesn't really get dark here in the Yukon this time of year, it is still bright daylight out, and we've been going for a very long time. We actually brought some more rock trucks worth of dirt in here, and we're making some pretty good progress. I think we just about have enough for a clean out, for actual good one this time, not just this test one. So I'm hoping there's some serious gold in there. And Colton's off the cliff. All right, I got the last bucket here. We're about to shut the plant down here for the night, and I'm hoping it's a good clean out, because Colton wants a big loader, and I got debt to pay off. Okay, Colton, run down there to the wash plant and shut that down, and I'll shut the conveyors off. That's it, that's all. Hopefully there's a lot of gold in these mats. Okay, so it's the next morning here, and we have processed all the gold, including the stuff we got from the last test run cleanout, and then we also had a bit of extra from my original gold mine here. And here's Colton. Whip it in here. Ready for the total of what we made for gold?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, so since we now have our own gold processing deal here, we just have someone pick it up after we refined it all and all that, so we don't got to take it in anymore, and we don't get a fee for any of that. So our total comes out to $5 million.
Holy smokes.
So yeah, I'd say we hit a pay streak. We did run through a really good amount of material though, more than we ever, I think we ran through in the last week, more material than we've ever ran through at the old mine. But you weren't there for, so you don't know the struggles I went through.
I think we found some good dirt.
I think we did too. So $5 million bucks. I'm hoping the next clean out we can almost double the amount of pay dirt we run through, but we really needed money to well, pay Colton's new loader off that he's going to be getting here soon. So we had to end out the run a little bit earlier than I would have liked, but now we at least have some cash again, minus the $10 million that we owe to the bank. So all in all, off to a pretty good start here at the new mine. And as you can see, our money has been depleted quite a bit. We're down to $4.5 million. Now you might be asking, Austin, why the heck is your money so low? And well, where the heck is Colton? Well, Colton unfortunately had to leave the mine because he had some other business to take care of. I don't know if he's going to be returning at all this season, which, well, frankly, it's September 1st. There's not a lot of the season left, so I'm not sure on that one. But as to the reason why the money's down, I did buy this camper off of Colton because, well, I needed somewhere to live, and I might have made another big purchase that's sitting up there. But the season stops for nobody, so I got to get back to work. So our current situation, we're still about $10 million in debt. Our last cleanup brought us to around, I think it was like 5.7 million or something like that. And I spent a good amount of coin on the biggest Komatsu loader I could find. Like, look at the size of this thing. It basically dwarfs every other loader we've ever had, and I think this should do wonders for loading some rock trucks. But before I get to any of that, I gotta get it unloaded. So since the last episode, the cut has been relatively unchanged. We still have a lot of material to push up and a lot of material to move to the plant. And on top of that, a lot of material to run through the plant to make some more money. Man, I just cannot get over the size of this loader. It is just ridiculous. Now, our stockpile is looking pretty dang low at the moment here. We still have a lot of material we can push up in this half of the cut with the D11, which we're gonna get to in a little bit. However, I do want to give this loader a try, and since I'm working here by myself, I'm gonna have to do everything from loading the rock trucks to getting them over to the plant. Okay, so I got a full load of material here, I guess a full bucket, and we're gonna see how many buckets it takes to fill up this rock truck. Now, the old loader was 2 buckets, so I don't know what this one's gonna take. I think it's still gonna take 2 buckets, but just the sheer amount of material we can pick up is just way more. It's not the first time I've had to haul by myself, so it's nothing new to me, and I don't think it's honestly gonna slow me down too much. It was just nice having a second person, but I think we'll be all right. So once we get a good stockpile going here, I'm gonna bring over our other Volvo loader, which I believe is sitting down by the shop there, and we'll start running some material through the plant. Now, ideally, I'd like to load twice as much as we went through on our last cleanup, because while that cleanup was absolutely amazing, it could have been better. And with the season coming to an end here and our debt ever approaching that we have to pay off, I'd like to make some serious coin and fast. However, I do have a conveyor belt back down at the shop that I might just set up into the wash plant here. It might be the only way to keep things running without me having to stop one of the other tasks. Now, I did manage to get this Komatsu loader like ridiculously cheap, since it was previously used in a rock quarry, and it's not in the best of condition, but that's fine. It works just great for out here. Well, that is just about it on our last little bit on the pile here. For this corner, at least, I'm hoping the pay streak that we hit in the last cleanup there is still going strong from this pile, but once we move over to this next one that we're going to be making here with the dozer real quick, it is unknown territory, so I don't know how it's going to go. However, we are starting to get a nice little pile going here at the plant, although I want it to be about 3 times bigger than this, if not more if we can. Once I fire this plant up, I do not want to shut it down for quite a while. Alright, D11 time. Time to push some dirt. Well, I think that'll do. Couple hours worth of pushing up dirt here, and this is what we got. A pretty decent pile to work off of. And we still got just a crap load of material here, but kind of just got to pick at the chunks, or else we'd have probably a mountain about that size of material here. So I think this works a little bit better. But now it's back to being in the big old Komatsu here and getting some more trucks loaded up. Fingers crossed there's a good amount of gold here. Well, boys, I am finally done with 2 full days worth of hauling back and forth from the cut to the wash plant, and I gotta say, I think we have the biggest stockpile that we have ever had. It is absolutely massive and should keep the plant running for quite a while. That's the hope anyways. But I did manage to get some conveyors up and going here. They're not running currently because I don't have everything fired up just yet, but I did get them set up, and they should work pretty good. I mean, they're a little bit sketchy, but I think it'll work. Saves me having to load the plant with a loader or an excavator. But now that we have a massive stockpile here, I think it's about time to get the plant fired up and start making some money, because we've been spending it like crazy and we definitely need to get making some. All right, conveyor belt number 1 fired up, conveyor belt number 2 fired up, and there goes the wash plant. All right, 2 more conveyors to fire up here, and then we'll start running some dirt through the plant and making money. And there we go, we are officially running. Oh, that is a good sight to see, a constant stream of pay. It's not dump a bucket in and then it goes through and then we're having to wait for more pay. This is a constant stream of pay that is going to keep this wash plant fed and making me money. But I will say one thing that sucks is this bottom part here wears out pretty quick. But the rest of the wash plant is running flawlessly. All right, so since we've got the conveyor there pulling from the ground, I'm gonna have to bring a dozer over and get it pushing up some material. But if you look at the cut, I mean, we got a pretty good chunk done here. I'd say we're getting pretty dang close to halfway finished, the halfway mark of the cut, something like that. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna use the D10 here because D11 stays in the cut. That pushes up all our material, but we don't really use this D10 here, so it would work great for at the plant. Someone, definitely not me, decided they were gonna spill a bunch of material. Completely unacceptable. Whoever did that should be fired. Oh yeah, look at this. Flawless. I'm not actually sure how long it's going to take to run through this much material because, I mean, we do have a lot here, like a serious amount. I don't know, I guess we'll have to see. Man, can you imagine if we had this plant at the old mine and some of this equipment too? I could make a way bigger cut out there and dig way, way deeper to try find that bedrock gold. Because, I mean, the equipment we had just was not able to go deep enough and move enough material to get down to where the serious gold was at. I mean, from our drilling test, there wasn't much there, but we didn't go that deep because we didn't have equipment that could go that deep. So maybe someday in the future, I could look at possibly going back there and seeing how much gold we can get out of it. I mean, I still own the land, so why not? Although it is quite expensive to move this entire wash plant, so we got to try to limit that as much as possible. But I don't think we'll be moving it again this season, unless I have to sell it to pay back my debt, but I'm hoping there's gold in here. All right, so since the plant's running here, I figured I may as well grab the fuel trailer and get everything fueled back up, because I'm sure the rock trucks are right out at the moment. Well, everything's fueled up, and that fuel bill was nasty. Like, it was bad. But I'm thinking the wash plant probably needs some material pushed up, so I gotta go do that. Then I gotta go and fill back up the fuel tank and fill the wash plant with fuel as well, because it needs fuel for the generators and the water pumps, and yeah, they just don't get filled on their own. I'm trying to do everything by myself because Colton's not here, so it is like ridiculously busy. But I am making it work. I'm just hoping this cleanout's worth it. Even though the D11 is great, I still love this D10. It just pushes so well. Doesn't push as much material though. The D11, sometimes that blade is bigger than I think it can handle, and sometimes it likes to bog down, so that's kind of the crappy part about it. Okay, I'm thinking this should do it for pushing up the material here. Should keep it happy for a little while. I'm thinking we'll be able to run the rest of this through all day today, and then do a big old clean out. Gold prices are also pretty dang high right now, so maybe we will get this debt paid off after all. The fuel prices are up too, and that's killing me right now. Okay, fresh load of fuel. Let's get the wash plant topped off. Well, I suppose a full day of running will take care of a pile of material that dang big. That is it. That is all. Well, minus the little bit that's sitting right here. Oh, if I don't tip the dozer over. Yeah, there we go. Get the rest of this ran through, and we'll shut down the plant. All right, shutdown time. Materials ran through, and that is it. Well, I'm gonna check the sluices here quick. We're not gonna clean them out tonight because that's a big old job, and I don't have the energy for that. Oh yeah, looking pretty dang good. I think it's gonna be a good clean out. All right, well, I need some sleep, and I'll dream of lots of gold in them boxes. It's the next day here. I got the plant all cleaned out, or at least the sluice boxes. We got everything refined down, weighed, and it is officially sold. I'm about to get a pretty nice check in my bank account. Not as good as the last clean out. I think we have unfortunately ran out of that pay stream, which is really sucky. So down here in the cut on this side, we definitely hit a massive pay stream, but coming more this way, I think it's starting to run out. So I'm almost hoping it's running along this side here, and maybe, just maybe, once we get all this over here piled up, we'll actually hit it again. But it is kind of lining up with what the test holes said, so I don't know. We'll see how it all goes. But at any rate, this new Komatsu was a lifesaver when it came to loading trucks by myself, so I think we're definitely going to keep that around. But if you guys do have any suggestions for equipment I should be upgrading, that is if I can afford it, let me know down in the comments. Well, check just came in, and $3 million from that one clean out, which is fairly good. This is very good. So that brings us up to 7.4 million, which is a little bit shy of being able to pay off our debt, but I don't think I'm gonna pay off our debt until we have a lot of cash sitting around. That is if I keep hitting gold, because if something breaks down all of a sudden, I don't want to have that debt paid off and then have to take out more money again, because, well, I'd have no extra cash lying around. So we'll see what we can finish out the season with. As you can see, I bought myself a brand new setup. Now, I know that might not be the smartest thing to do with $10 million in debt and only $7 million in my bank account, but I did sell our second wash plant that we've had just sitting around all season, or at least for a good portion of it, to buy this. And it'd help if I didn't drive my brand new truck through the bushes. Anyways, I figured it was time to retire the old quad that we've had forever now and get this brand new, I think it's a 2025 Polaris Ranger or something. I don't even know what it is. At any rate, it's pretty cool. It's all done up. It's brand new, and I love it. And also, I decided it was time to get something a little bit more reliable than a Chevy, a Ford. I may have just started a war in my comment section. Anyways, I figure it's about time we try out our brand new quick way around the mine site and go see what needs to be done. So we're getting very close to the end of the season here, and this is pretty much what we got left in the cut. I've been just piling up as much material as I can with the D11. It has been working great, but I still have a bit more to pile up here, and then that is about going to be the last of it. We could get a little more out of this side of the cut, but not much material left over here. Hold on, can I climb this pile? Oh yeah. Oh, don't get hung up now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, don't tip my brain. Oh, crap. Anyways, we got a few more million to make before the end of the season, so we can get our debt paid off, hopefully, and then be able to run the mine next year. But unfortunately, I don't got all the time in the world, so we better get to work. All right, I fueled up the D11 last night, so we should have more than enough fuel to finish out the rest of this material. Now, we do have some snow in the forecast here in, I don't know, a couple days, maybe a week or so. So I do for sure want to get that one pile of material processed and hopefully get into this one a little bit, because once that snow starts to fly, it is pretty much the end of the mining season. Because once it starts getting cold enough, belts start freezing up, wash plants start freezing up. It is just not a good situation. And if I can this winter, if I have enough money left over after paying off all our debt, I'd like to be somewhere warm for the winter. All right, so I just finished pushing up the majority of the material, but to make it a little easier for loading, I actually have to try to push it into somewhat of a sizable pile. But lucky enough for me, this D11 can somewhat get the job done. It is better than the D10. Well, it is far from a perfect pile, but I think it'll work. That is a dang big pile of material right there. Anyways, that is pretty much it for the D10 for this year. It needs a bath, some grease, and probably a few other things, but that's a problem for another day. We got some material to run. Fire up the big old Komatsu here. Let's get some trucks loaded. I wonder how many loads is going to be out of this pile here. Probably quite a few. I will say though, loading and running rock trucks yourself, bit of a slower process, but still very doable. Too bad Colton's still not here. He originally was going to stay for the whole mining season, but his plans kind of changed, so it is what it is. Truck number 1 of the day. Many more to go. And I completely missed the road. Speaking of roads, if I had thought about it earlier in the year, I probably would have got a grader out here and smoothed out the roads some more. But unfortunately, it's a little late in the year for that, so maybe next year. All right, so I've been trucking here for a little bit. I got piled down to the last few loads here, and we've got a pretty good stockpile up at the plant there, but I think I want a bit more, so we're probably going to take some from that pile. We're not going to take the entirety of the pile because we'll be running for forever if I try to do that whole deal all in one shot, and that'd be too big of a cleanup. So we're going to try to keep it moderately sized if we can. After all these truckloads, I am really starting to think I should have smoothed out this road because it is getting hard on the back. But the season's almost over, so shouldn't have to do too much more trucking. Now, normally I'd try run the plant while I'm trucking in material, but I don't really have another person to watch the plant, so it's either I keep an eye on it, or if I'm trucking, no one else keeps an eye on it, and then something bad could happen. And that is the last of that pile. I have a feeling this other one's going to take me quite a bit longer because it is about twice as big. I'm just hoping there's enough gold in there. And that is going to be the last load of material. I was going to bring in more, but that should probably do us for a little while. Anyway, time to fire up the plant. I already got all the generators and stuff fueled up here, so we should be good just to start everything up. I got like 4 different conveyors to fire up before we can actually get this thing running through some material. Conveyor belt number 1, number 2, wash plant, conveyor number 3, and really tiny conveyor number 4. That's a lot of conveyors. But we are now running through material. That makes me happy because when we're not, we're losing money. So I've got our old D10 here that we just used to push up material. This makes things a lot easier. Although I could probably just sit on top of the pile with a big old excavator and probably do the same thing, but this is a lot more fun. For whatever reason, I can't figure it out, but this machine just will not spit out tailings. I have no idea what the issue is. All right, sluice box, there better be some gold in you by the time we're finished running this material through. Ah, crap, is that a pile up on the conveyor? Yep, that's a pile up. Okay, gotta run out and shut it off. Shoot. Shut it down, shut it down. All right, conveyors are shut down. I gotta shut down the plant here. Crap. There we go. Oh, man. That sucks. All right, I figured out the issue. There's a big old rock that somehow, I don't know how, I really don't, made it through the grizzly bars here, and got jammed up in the conveyor. I got it out. Now we just got all this material over here that I gotta try clean up here in a little bit, but at least we can fire everything back up. Okay, problem solved. Whew, that was close. Gotta rip the belt. I don't know how it didn't. And right now, getting parts for any wash plants is really dang hard, especially this close to the end of the season, so we got lucky. All right, so we've been running here pretty much all day. Actually starting to get a little bit dark, and we're just about out of material. But luckily, the wash plant hasn't had any more problems today, so we've been able to run pretty smooth and consistently here, which is real nice. Funny how the bottom half of the wash plant stays all dirty, but the top half is like real nice and clean. It's a bit weird. Uh-oh, what's that noise coming from the trommel? Ah, crap, we got a motor smoking. All right, shut it down again. Shut her down again. Ah, crap, I gotta turn off the conveyors. I don't want the plant to overflow there. There we go. Man, you have got to be kidding me. Second time again today I've had to shut down. Anyways, this side motor here to the trommel was smoking, which is not good. I gotta figure out what the heck's going on with it. Ah, this is the last thing I needed at the end of my season. All right, so it's been a couple hours here. I got the mechanic out here looking at the wash plant, specifically the trommel motors, or one of the motors that powers the trommel. Essential to getting the gold out of the ground. and he says both motors on the trommel are pretty much toast. The other one was about to go, and the one on the right side there pretty much went. So I need 2 new motors, and apparently these things are next to impossible to get, which is just my luck. Right at the end of the season, not to mention I just sold my backup wash plant because I was like, there's no way. We've ran I guess half the season with this wash plant, 0 problems. We're heading in the last 2 weeks of the season. There's no way I'm gonna need that second wash plant. Well, sure enough, it breaks. Anyway, he's gonna see if he can get the parts in. At minimum, if he can get them in, he said it's going to be about a week. So probably by the time we get these parts in, snow's going to be flying, which is not good. So I don't have too many options other than I can, I guess, get material piled up. All right, so I just took a little drive down here to the cut. I think we're going to try get the entirety of this pile back up at the wash plant. I mean, we may as well, if we can't do anything else, may as well just get what we can up there and ready to go if and when we do get the wash plant going again, because I mean, really, what other options do we have? I'm just hoping we can get the parts in time to finish out the season with enough money to actually get our debt paid off, which is we're gonna be cutting it close. Anyways, I'm gonna wait till the morning to do a clean out here. We got pretty much all the material ran through, minus like maybe 2.5, 3 rock truck loads. So hopefully there's some good money in there, but I guess we'll have to see. All right, so it is the next morning here. I got everything cleaned out and everything processed. We got $1.5 million, which brings us up to $8.8 million. Still shy of our 10 million, but it's better than nothing. It would appear that we have gotten snowed out. In fact, it is currently snowing. This is not great. So basically the situation is right now, the wash plant's broken. We got snow on the ground. We're still $10 million in debt. I don't have enough money to pay back the debt yet. And we have dirt out in the cut that needs to be ran through the plant that I can't run right now because it's broken. This is not a good way to end out a season. But I do have some good news. The good news is my side-by-side's heated, and I will stay nice and warm in here. Although it's not terribly cold, so I guess that's good. But in other good news, we got the parts to fix the wash plant. Finally, after so long of waiting. Actually, it only took about a day, but it felt like a week. That's why none of the material is stockpiled while the wash plant's been broken down because, well, we didn't have time, and then it started to rain, and then it started to snow, and I was like, I gotta see how much it snows first. But now that the wash plant's getting fixed, the mechanic is on it right now. We have to get down to the cut and get everything moving, started up, running, warming up, so we can get the rest of this material moved out. And hopefully it doesn't get too cold before we finish out running through the rest of this material. All right, so I got everything fired up here. It's been warming up for the last little bit, so I think we're gonna get moving. I did have a quick chat with the mechanic there, and he says he only has about another 2 or 3 hours left on the wash plant. So we're gonna see how much material we can get through before that, or I guess get up there. Probably not gonna get all of it by a long shot, but we're at least gonna have some up there. So we are currently at $8.8 million, about 1.2 million off of paying off the debt, but I'd like some extra money to end out the year on, and currently it's not looking too promising. But things may change around if we can actually get all this material through, or we don't get frozen out, because that would suck. But I do really wish the snow would quit because this is ridiculous. It is coming down right now, but it ain't gonna stop us from getting that material up there. And by us, I mean me. I'm the only one out here. I guess the mechanic's out here, so that maybe we can classify it as us. Oh man, would you look at that? The snow finally cleared up, although it's supposed to come back, so we're gonna make the best of this. Okay, so I've been trucking here for the last couple of hours, and the mechanic left. He also left me with a $30,000 bill. I had to pay that, as mostly for the parts and a little bit of labor, so yeah, that was not cheap, but now the plant's fixed. I've got maybe a quarter, getting closer to half of this pile done. There is still so much to go, but we are making pretty good progress. And again, by we, I mean me. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the entirety of this pile today, so I'm probably gonna be trucking for the rest of the day. So I'm hoping it doesn't get too cold tonight so this dirt doesn't start clumping up, but I guess we'll see. Because once that dirt starts clumping up, then you start having issues with conveyor belts, and that would not be a good deal. I don't need any more issues the rest of the season. I just want to get the last cleanup and get the heck out of here. That would be ideal. Well, it is the next day here, and I woke up awfully chilly in my camper. It has gotten a lot colder, but the absolute mountain of pay I have at the plant ready to go is ridiculous. I spent all of yesterday hauling in pay, and I think there's only like 4, maybe 6 more rock truck loads left. I wanted to get it done yesterday, but I was going really late, and I was pretty much done with it, so I just got those couple loads left. But look at the size of this. This is absolutely ridiculous. Man, I hope there's a lot of gold in there. But yeah, that pay pile is absolutely decimated. There's not much left. Here it is, the very last scoop of the cut, and into the rock truck it goes. I am so ready to be done with haul and pay here. It has been a long process. So, I'm very happy this is the last load. That's it, let's get the plant fired up and make some more money for the last time this year. If I stayed out here any longer, I'd probably be needing a snowmobile to get around because we got more snow coming in and I'd like to be out of here ASAP. I'm thinking this is going to be about 2 days of run time at least. That belt wasn't frozen up, thank goodness, but, oh, yep, this one is. It took me about 20 minutes, but I got the belt rolling. Oh man, I hope this wash plant decides it wants to fire up. There she goes. Actually fired up pretty easy. The sun's coming out, so things are starting to warm up a tad bit, but not enough. Some of that dirt was getting pretty clumpy, so I'm hoping no more of it freezes. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out on these conveyor belts, but we are running pay dirt and we are making money. So we've been running here for the last couple hours pretty smoothly. I just gotta get the old D10 here and push up a bit of material. Oh boy, I go real high up here on the pile to get up where all the material needs to be moved. If I fall off this, it's not gonna be too good. I gotta be real careful. Of course, I say that and I almost fall off the pile. Well, it is day number 2 of running here pretty dang consistently. Haven't had any problems with the wash plants other than a few clumps of dirt making it through the grizzly bars there and winding up on the conveyor. But other than that, we've been able to keep it running real nice. We've got over half this pile cleaned out. It has been a lot of work to keep this conveyor belt running, but we're making it happen. Now, today's obviously not going to be the last day at the mine because there's still going to be cleanup, getting everything shut down and flushed out so we don't have any frozen pipes, then getting all the equipment put away, getting everything wrapped up, so there's still probably another 2 days out here worth of work. That is if we can get the rest of this material ran through. It is just about the end of the day here, and I think it's safe to say that we're in the home stretch. I don't want to jinx myself, but in the home stretch of finishing up this whole long mining season. Part of me is excited to be done, and part of me is pretty dang sad. But I guess that's why there's always next season. The question is, though, are we going to be able to make enough money? And there we go. That's it. Let the rest run through the conveyors. All right, time to shut everything down. And I don't think I'm going to clean up tonight, but that's it for running material through. So it's been about 2 days here, and I've spent that time getting the plants all shut down, all kind of ready for the winter. Got all the water lines flushed out, all the generators and stuff put away, ready to go for next season, so the plant's good. Got all my equipment put away, cranes in the shed, everything's lined up back here. Got the gold clean out done. That's all processed, so we got the final number from that. And I have my absolute load train of a setup all packed up and ready to go. I gotta say, it will be nice not to sleep in a camper for at least a couple months until the snow clears out of here and we can get back in and mine once again. And of course, if that wasn't a spoiler, we cleared $2 million on that cleanup, which for the amount of material we ran through is kind of bad compared to some of our other cleanouts. So we were definitely hitting the rough patch of that cut, which was really sucky, but we are at 10.8 million. So with our $10 million in debt paid off, that leaves us with $840,000, which not too bad. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could survive winter on that. But I think if we're coming back next season, we definitely got to look at opening up a different cut that hopefully is going to be a little bit better than the tail end of that cut, because that was absolutely awful. And even though I had Colton this year for a little bit, I think getting a full mining crew in here next year would definitely speed things up a lot and put all of this equipment to good use, even though I used all of it this year. But we are officially debt-free, and I am getting the heck out of here because it is getting cold and there is snow on the way, and I don't want to get trapped up on this mountain. Even though I'm in a Ford, So I should be good. But let me know if you guys want to see gold mining come back for a second season with some bigger equipment, a bigger crew, bigger cuts, and maybe some bigger gold hauls. But you know what? There's one more place I gotta stop at before I completely leave the Yukon. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They still haven't fixed this bridge. Well, for those of you who have been following the series from the beginning, this place might look a little bit familiar. Maybe not as familiar with all the equipment missing, but this is the original gold mine that we started on. Of course, there's no more bridge here, and no more pay dirt in the cut, but this is where we got started. Oh boy, it's cold in here. And this is when I actually had home. But now I just got the camper. But I figured I had to stop here before I left for the winter. At any rate, we had a pretty crazy season. A lot of ups and downs. And maybe, just maybe, we'll do it all again. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe, and goodbye.